Is this Guyi's plan, to join forces with the marching sect to finish me off? Does this guy even know that his son was impersonated by Yin Xie? Secret of Joy Technique, Flowery Field. Everlasting Dominating Fist. It's these two stinky bastards again. Strange, the last strike didn't feel right? Huh! When did the change take place? That's enough, don't make any trouble, take Qin Xingzi and guard the entrance. That old man Su Min is very slippery, don't let him slip away, this is the best chance to kill him. Unconsciously, I fell into Su Min's trap again. This guy is really awesome, but it's okay, I just want to save some physical strength and prepare for further thunderstorms in the future. Let's go guard the gate, my lady. Husband, what's the point of killing Su Min? It's totally unnecessary, my lady. You don't understand, I have a deep hatred with this old guy, and it is just the right opportunity to kill him. Guyi, the Tao Harmony Room has already been activated. Do you intend to waste this chance just to bother me? From the day you bullied my son into the sect hall, you and I will keep fighting until one of us die. Bullying your son? That's funny, your son is just... Shut up. No birth, no living. Desire for speech, death. No life, no death. Guyi, you actually used the desire for speech death curse on me. I was waiting for Su Min to expose me completely. Why did you interrupt him? Convenient, Dad. It's even more suspicious. I told you, I'll kill you today. Desire for smell, refined divine essence. Poisonous breath again. Illusory bodies by the combination of the 5 desires. Full consumption of the 6 desires. 4 demons' initial manifestation. Desire for smell body schism essence. It is useless to entangle, I'll go first, the shame of today will be repaid in the future. These two people again. Hateful. Old dog Su, if you bully Guhuayu, it is the same as you're bullying me Xie Yan, you can't escape today. Vice Patriarch Ge catch. Xie Yan. Guyi, do you believe in Xie Yan so much? Do you know that this guy has been impersonating your son? Old man, what are you talking about? What does the magical dignified Prince Xie Yan have to do with my son Huayu? He just formed an alliance with my Ge family and is here today to kill you. Su Min, you are also a master, so don't play your mere divisive scheme. You can't leave today, you will die. Good, very good. Guyi, you are very good at pretending to be crazy. You said this old man can't leave, this old man will leave now to show you. Essence of the 5 dragons. Escape in the feather dragon's form. What's that? Let's stop it first. Huh, the true Qi attack actually penetrated directly. What a strange move. I can't stop it, he's getting away. Trouble, this Su Min guy is too slippery. He's not fighting Guyi at all, he is determined to escape. If this goes on, there's no way I'll have a chance to make a profit. This ignorant old man can't escape. What? He can actually touch my current body form? Guyi has practiced the desire for touch to such a high level? In my current state, although I can ignore most attacks, but I'm incapable of breaking out by force at all. Hateful, in the state of the escape skill it is not possible to stop GE moves, in the other state I'm being blocked by those juniors guarding the gate. If I can't divide them, the old man may not be able to leave this place safely. Essence of the 5 dragons, Palace Dragon Transformation. Guyi, don't think I didn't know that you were just covering for that kid Xie Yan. In your heart you know everything, and everything is clear. But you still pretend not to know in front of him. You know he's not your son at all. Xie Yan doesn't know Guhuayu's martial arts. His story of a fortuitous encounter excuse doesn't have enough credibility at all. The last time he returned to the Xinhua sect, everything he said and did was odd. One look and you'd know the truth. That kid even admitted frankly in front of this old man that your son is the wretch whose face has been taken away by the murderer. Rather than taking revenge and killing the murderer, you are still here trying to find trouble with this old man. You should be ashamed of being a stupid father. The ignorant old man just keeps saying nonsense. Ji's reaction. He's determined to keep pretending? What are you plotting? Does Xie Yan have what you want, mysterious technique? Marching sect? Or do you want to make him a puppet to take revenge? I know you too well, Guyi. You are not the kind of person who can endure blood feud for the sake of the overall situation. If you don't take care of Xie Yan now, is it because you have a deeper and more sinister plan? So you act as if you really take him as your son, but when you finally do, I'm afraid Xie Yan won't even have a bone left. How can even Sumin know the details of my husband? How careless was he when he was outside? The actual fact that Sumin has revealed everything, even if Gui really wants to pretend, I don't believe that my husband can have no doubts. Once Sumin is taken care of, Gui may not make a direct move against us, or maybe we should take advantage of it now. This girl is probably thinking of withdrawing again, isn't she? If it wasn't for life simulation, I might have been just as worried as she is, but now, Sumin's good move fell on the empty chessboard. Xie Yan didn't respond at all. Did he really think that Gui was treating him as his own son? Both of them are crazy, their brains are not normal. Xie Yan, what are you waiting for? Don't forget the deal between you and the old man on Hanwang Pavilion. Help the old man kill Gui here, and the rest of the 5 desires cultivation method will be given to you immediately. Your nonsense is endless. Shut up, ignorant old man. Burning the heart and destroying the thoughts, seeing the barriers of the 5 desires as if nothing? This is desire for thinking cultivation method? Gui, you dare to rebel and commit crimes of stealing and learning the desire for thinking branch sect master. Sect master will not spare you after he knows. It's not good. The 5 desires cultivation method natural restraint is the desire for thinking branch. The more we fight, the more I will be in disadvantage. As long as you are killed, who will know about it? I must find a way to flee, otherwise my life will be in danger. Gui, you have guts. Since it comes to this, I will perish together with you. Desire for smell heart-eating essence. Melting and eroding the soul and the spirit. Nothing is left untouched. What an overpowering poisonous breath. As expected, Sumin still has tricks to play. This old Sumin is using clones again, my lady. Let's blow them up together, and don't leave anyone behind. Binoing Ano turning it as one pleases. Butterfly dance flowery play. What the hell? Why is it that the more we break, the more clones we have? Don't take action, without special means. The more you destroy these clones, the more they multiply. This is Sumin unique supreme skill, desire for smell right in crowds of bodies. Vice Sect Master Gu is really powerful, my lady, and I did destroy Sumin's clones, but the more we break, the more clones there is. It's really bad. What's going on here? How can we tell which one is the real one? It's normal that you don't know about it. Rioting crowds of bodies is Sumin's masterpiece in his years of immersion in the desire for smell. Even the patriarch was impressed by it. 1 give birth to 2, 2 give birth to 4, and so on endlessly. I wonder how did he accomplish practicing this trick? If this trick is performed outside, it would be the perfect escape method. Unfortunately, this is the secret realm of the Tao Harmony, so as long as you hold the exit, no matter how many clones he splits into, he will be just delaying his death. This guy can also split his own clones by beating himself. It's not so easy to catch him out for a while, and as time goes by, I'm afraid the consumption of this repeated round of battles is too much, and after the use of the desire for smell right in crowds of bodies, I'm already feeling the lack of chi. But the good thing is that they have still been fooled. To use Shang Dragon conceals its traces alone to hide from Ji is not safe, but with the many clones holding him back, I'll show you what this old man is like. Essence of the 5 Jade Dragons, Shang Dragon conceals its trags. After leaving the original demon heavenly cave, this old man must report this matter to the sect master. Gui secretly practiced the desire for thinking branch cultivation method, which is a sin of treason. No matter how the sect master doesn't care about the common affairs, he will never let him go. Pretty good way of thinking, using clones to make chaos, and then hide and escape quietly, unfortunately. First transforming your clones. Second destroying your escaping form. My cover was seen through? That's Sumin? No, he's running away. But the exit is right in front of me. And this time it's not a state where I can't break out by force like the escape in the Feather Dragon's form. So Gui can't stop me even if he used that move. After leaving the secret area of Tao Harmony, the heavenly cave is vast. No one can stop this old man. This power, this way of touching. This trick is desire for touch, myriad transformations, demonic body. Impossible. How could Gui do this? With his cultivation realm, how can? Isn't it strange? This move is very difficult, but when this king displays it, it seems like a casual move. You. That voice, that tone, you are. Your purpose. Desire for hearing, clearance wall. The voice suddenly disappeared? Is it a trick of the desire for hearing branch? Is it from Sumin? No, it doesn't look like it, so it's Gui. As soon as he took a shot, all the clones were destroyed, and Su Min was forced back. But just for a moment, why did I feel a chilling aura from Gui? Gui specifically blocked the voice. What does he want to hide? E? What Su Min blurted out just now shouldn't be the name of my convenient dad. Could it be a secret about the desire for thinking branch? The Shinhwa sect's methods are really weird and unpredictable. If we were targeted instead of Su Min, it would have been difficult to escape as well. Xie Yan still looks like he wants to see what's going on. He really doesn't take our situation seriously. It's really dangerous. If it weren't for this king's quick action, you would have revealed my identity in one sentence. This place will add 2 more casualties. Or, was it your intention that you just want to kill these 2 juniors? But taking a closer look, Su Min, you are really old. When we met last time, you looked like a gentleman with a flower pin. How come you are so fat now? What is the meaning of this? This old man, no, this little one never imagined that it was really you. You actually took advantage of Gui's body to return to the world. The Shinhwa sect will be delighted to hear of this. I'm sure they will be overjoyed to welcome you back. Over the years, you have become more alert. With a casual remark, you have guessed that my memory is still stuck in the past, and I would only think that you are still the same handsome young man who has just entered the Shinhwa sect, and that you are still a good disciple whom this king values and cultivates, and still wouldn't notice that, at that time of the civil strife in the Shinhwa sect, you were one of those who followed Yuan Xing and betrayed this king. Could it be that it is from Gui's memory? In the past, this old man was also forced and without any choice. Yuan Xing was ruthless, and those who did not obey all died at his hands. Even today, there are still many people in the sect who hold grudges and still remember the hatred of the past. Now you are back. As soon as you get up to the top, you will definitely have a lot of followers. At this time, you called yourself old man. Are you trying to imply that you are no longer a lowly junior, but the vice patriarch of the Shinhwa sect, and that you are still of some use to me? Sure enough, I can't hide it from your eyes. It's just what this old man said. Every sentence is from the bottom of my heart. Yuan Xing has been doing things unfairly in recent years, blindly favoring that Gui, and this old man has no intention of serving him. After leaving the heavenly cave this time, I will never stand on his side again. Leaving the heavenly cave? Do you think this king will let you leave alive and report to Yuan Xing's shower? If you don't believe me, this old man is willing to make the Shinhwa great oath. From now on, I will never be your enemy. If this king still have his original body and his strength has not been reduced, naturally I wouldn't mind serving as a branch for you to perch on. But now I am only at the innate 4th layer. Even if I replant the Shinhwa seal, Yuan Xing can easily crack it, not to mention the mere Shinhwa great oath. But this king is not an unsympathetic person. I think you have worked for the Shinhwa sect for many years, and I can give you a chance. Dissipate your body protecting true qi, open your divine will barrier, put your soul life and death in the palm of this king. If you can do that, this king can make an exception and trust you again. This is fine. This old man will put his life and death in your hands to show his sincerity. Palace Dragon Transformation. Su Min, I gave you a chance. Unfortunately, you gave it up yourself. What a joke. You just want me to put down my resistance and be at your disposal like a sheep or a cow waiting to be slaughtered. If this old man thinks about it, it's difficult to escape from the control of the desire for thinking branch, and victory or defeat is only in an instant. Either way, I will die. Might as well just fight you to death. Desire for smell, essence of 1,000 deaths. Desire for tough, myriad transformations, extermination. Su Min's tricks keep coming out one after the other. It's so endless. However, Gui's strength is far beyond my expectations. This time, being able to see this many unique skills of them fighting for real, it's really a big gain. My lady, where are you going? Husband, the strongest moves of an innate 4th layer are very powerful, so you and I will withdraw from the secret realm of the Tao Harmony for a while, and when Vice Patriarch Ge has killed Su Min, he will come out to look for us. I feel that the general situation is a bit wrong. Although I couldn't hear the sound, Gui and Su Min's behavior was strange everywhere, not like a simple infighting in the sect. This is desire for touch branch trick? Gui even had the time to seal the exit while he was fighting Su Min. Sure enough, he was also on guard against us. This place is dangerous. We must find an opportunity to escape. After so many years, your strength is indeed not what it used to be. It's just that you can't escape death in the end. Now that you have exhausted your body and all your means, you completely lack the strength to resist at this moment. It's time to refine you and restore the power of this king. Desire for thinking soul burning flames. Burning fire with thoughts, all thoughts turn to ashes. Daoshi, do you think you are going to win? This is what this old man was waiting for. Not good. It's too late to run away, you've refined this old man's body, our breath has been mixed together. You can't escape. 6 Desires Forbidden Mode, Deadly Demon by the Sacrifice of Blood and Soul. This is Deadly Demon by the Sacrifice of Blood and Soul? Sumin can actually summon the deadly demon among the 4 demons of the 6 desires. Daoshi, this old man can't control this deadly demon at all. Once it comes out, it will destroy all creatures that are infected with my breath. Good luck. Sumin has gotten in the way. I haven't regained my realm yet, so I must retrieve most of my myriad transformations' demonic body to resist this. Go, quickly go. This is Sumin's voice? It's this old man move. It can't stop him for too long. Run away, otherwise we'll all die here. You think I'll leave just like that? I also want to see what Gui's true intentions are. Speaking of Sumin, is this ghost attachment to the body? It doesn't seem like it. How come Chinger didn't react either? My lady? Husband, don't be stupid. Take advantage of the current blockade True Chi weakening on the door, and let's leave quickly. Don't say that this opportunity is rare. The current situation is unpredictable, and Shinzi will not accompany you to take any more risks. I can't believe it didn't break. Even if this desire for Touch Branch True Chi is weakened, it is still strong. Sure enough, Gui really want to keep us here. This girl has a strong personality. Even if I lied to her that I have a way to deal with Gui, she would probably force me to leave. If I insist on staying and argue with her, I am afraid that Gui will be more careful. But now it's clear that there's something wrong with Gui. There is another inexplicable Sumin on my body. I really don't want to be ashamed of slipping away like this. In this situation, Gui still has a way to block us. The blockade on the door is not so easy to break. It is too late. Got it. Everlasting dominating fist. My lady, quickly, go all out. All right. Husband, let's go. Don't mind me. I can get out of here. My lady, you just go. Although I brought it on myself, but she's really didn't come back. This is really what fake couple are. What the hell was I expecting? And this ball, I thought I was going to be pulled right in front of Gui. Instead, I saw something like this. Could it be that Gui is inside? It seems that the 2 types of True Chi are dissipating each other. And it is not easy for the convenient dad to win. Stupid, stupid idiot, stupid, this old man was still expecting to escape with you. I didn't expect you to end up helping Qin Shizi's escape, that's that. But why don't you struggle even a bit? What about you're in heaven and earth, I'm the only one. Sumin? I thought it was just an illusion. Are you a human or a ghost now? Why are you sticking to me? It doesn't matter whether I'm a person or a ghost. What matters is how to escape from this place. If it were not for your body having that faint alcohol pheromone of mine to draw me, this old man would have escaped from this place long ago. Why should he be imprisoned with you? Xie Yan, listen carefully. Now that person has not regarded you as a threat yet. He will continue acting in front of you. You need to do the same by acting as your active Guhuayu. As long as you don't expose this old man and pretend you don't know anything, you can find an opportunity to leave. Leave? If I wanted to leave, why would I need to be dragged back on purpose? But listening to Sumin's tone, there must be a huge secret. Let's squeeze some information out of the fat man first. You are the one who wants to escape, not me. Just now, you didn't even get Gui to make a move on me with all that talk, so what do I have to worry about? I might as well stay here and continue my Tao Harmony anointment with peace of mind. You are so stupid. This kid, is he really clueless or is he just trying to make me talk? No matter what, it doesn't look like he is siding with that person, that being the case. Do you think that man is still Gui? The real Gui has been taken over long ago, and the person who took over him is. You suddenly run away. Dad didn't have time to call out to you, so I had to use this method to pull you back. Huayu, what are you trying to do? You let your father worry at such a critical juncture. There's nothing I could do about it, Dad. Your unparalleled skill, and the strength you have displayed frightened Qin Shizi. She has been uneasy in her heart, and with you sealing the door, she believes that this place is dangerous. If your son doesn't help with a few punches, I'm afraid it will make her suspicious, and it will be detrimental to my follow-up business in the marching sect. What do you know? Although Sumin's last move was to let us die both together, there was still a remnant ray of his soul left behind. The remnant soul cannot survive for a long time, and must be lodged in a living person nearby. I blocked the exit just to prevent him and the two of you from escaping. Huh! So that's how it is. There is nothing unusual about your son, so it seems that Su-min must have boarded with Qin Shixi. Father, let's chase her out now. That's all, it is his fate that he didn't die. After the move he made, Su-min's cultivation will be dissipated, and he will no longer be a threat. It's just that after fighting for so long, this demonic epiphany was wasted in vain. While the anointment is not over yet, Huaiyu, hurry in and continue. Since you said so, then this child will have this anointment. Go. But Huaiyu, you should be aware of one thing. The original demonic epiphany anointment is transmitted to the soul but not to the body. Once there are two souls in the Tao Harmony room, the anointment will be interrupted by itself. This is also the reason why anyone who breaks into the Tao Harmony room will wake up the person who is having an anointment. What's the matter, Huaiyu? You go in, or is Su-min's remnant soul really on you? Looking at your meticulous pretense and concealed vigilance, what did that old guy say to you? He said that you are not Gui but the cultivation genius who was still at the innate fourth layer realm and was able to create a new version of the sect's fundamental core technique, mantra of the inner demons of the six desires, was the rise of a cultivation genius, the one who single-handedly brought the Xinhua sect to the high position of being the second-ranked demonic sect, using the Xinhua seal to control the disciples. Mocking people's hearts and despising all living beings, he ruled the sect for more than 20 years. But in the end, he was abandoned by his own disciples and the entire sect, and died at the hands of Yuan Xing, the former patriarch of the Xinhua sect, Yi Daoshi. Did he even tell you that? It seems that Su-min really wants to die with you, or maybe he really believes that you are capable of leaving this place. If it weren't for him hiding in the depths of your soul, I would have liked to ask this question myself. Is Sect Master Yi saying that he is planning to pull Su-min out of me? I don't know where he is hiding, he hasn't moved at all since a while ago. There is no need to rush, although Su-min is not dead, but his cultivation base is completely lost. The oath between this king and Gui has been fulfilled. Since Su-min is still in the secret area of Tao Harmony, then this king should also get Ji Yi's remaining memories too. These memories, not right, these thoughts, could it be that? Gui, you really left a big joke for this king. Even this king did not expect it to be so absurd. It turns out, you are really not Huaiyu. In the end, I was discovered, but why is it at this time? According to him, it was at this point that he assimilated Ji's memories, but are you confused? Do you want to say that they are the same memories? But why is it clear to this king at a glance, and Gui is always in a puzzle? Fine, it's a pity that I'm the only person in this room that is entertained by such jokes, so I'll explain a few things to you. My Xinhua sect cultivates the 6 desires path, all of which are based on the desire to enter the Tao and sharpen oneself. Although the desire for thinking branch unite and lead the 5 desires, the root and origin are the same. Those who practice it must experience the washing of thousands of thoughts before they can see the secrets of the technique. In order to help the practice, the disciples who want to get started must cast the demon heart and transform the mind wedge. This wedge is a thought and the foundation of the entire technique. As long as the wedge is still there, no matter how many thoughts are surging, you can be reassured with one thought. Throughout history, every practitioner of the desire for thinking has chosen a grand plan or an ambition or an egotistic desires as their peg, all about oneself without exception. But because the thinking wedge is tied to it, it is the lifeblood of the cultivation method, and there is no room for mistakes. However, can you imagine what thought was set as the mind wedge when Gui practiced the desire for thinking branch? Huaiyu? He has set his love for his son as a mind wedge. No matter how much he practices, no matter how many different thoughts he has, this is the only one that does not change. Conversely, it is precisely because of this thought that all other thoughts will be diverted by it. As long as there is anything about his son, the desire for thinking branch cultivation method will filter his thoughts by itself, so that what Gui sees, hears, and thinks will not have any conflict with the mind wedge. Is that why Gui did not suspect me? It was because I had too many flaws that it was easy to draw the conclusion that Huaiyu was dead, rather than letting the mind wedge crumble. Instead, these doubts and flaws were forcibly buried by the cultivation technique. Do you now see how ridiculous this is? It was obviously intended to protect his son, but he ended up distorting his will in turn, treating his blood feud as his own son and with his son's love. What could be more stupid than this? Anything more ridiculous? Sect Mastery has successfully seized the body. Has Gui Yi's soul disappeared from this body? What, could it be that you, the culprit who murdered his son and took his father. At this time, there is a sense of sympathy. But it's okay to tell you, since this king has appeared, Gu Yi's spirit has naturally disappeared. This was his destined end from the moment he stepped into the heavenly cave. Stepping into the heavenly cave? Su Min guessed that Yi Daoqi had left some means to seize Gu in the Xinhua sect, but after hearing these words, Yi Daoqi's method was hidden in the original demon heavenly cave? When Yi Daoqi died, the original demon heavenly cave was not open at all. How could he? Could it be? Have you tampered with this guardian puppet? Is this the key to your reincarnation? This king is really a bit surprised. Is that what Su Min told you? No, although he knows that this king has been to the original demon heavenly cave, he may not be suspicious of the puppet. Tell me about your inference. If you are right, this king will tell you the truth. This old ghost thinks that I can't escape, so he is just playing the game of the cat and mice. Well, all I want is information. The more you talk, the worse I will make you lose when I return to reality. As soon as Gu stepped into the secret realm, he knew that the puppet could not attack. He had no reason to make such an arrangement in advance. But if he hadn't believed it, he shouldn't have believed it so quickly. The fact that someone else had done it made Gu easily believe it. But now I'm suddenly enlightened. It must have been Sect Master Yi's secret work. Su Min told me that the memory of Sect Master Yi was stuck in the past, and that the plan to take over the body must have been laid when Sect Master first entered the heavenly cave. The remaining 6 desires demonic Qi on the puppet are just remnants, and Sect Master Yi did not seize Gu Yi's body until he stepped into the heavenly cave. So where was the soul and will of the previous Sect Master Yi? Except for being on the body of this puppet, there is no other place to think about. With your quick thinking and quick mind, you are quite suitable for practicing my desire for thinking branch cultivation method. Indeed, this seed got this opportunity in the heavenly cave in the past. After the Tao Harmony anointment, I made the desire for thinking branch go a step further, only then separated this demonic thought and left it on the body of the puppet. But you are only wrong about one point. At that time, I didn't think about taking over a body. I just thought of it as an idle game. When the heavenly cave reopens in 40 years, it may be beneficial to the great cause of the Xinhua sect. If it weren't for Gui cultivating the desire for thinking branch being passive, I wouldn't have realized that I'd had such a thought after leaving the cave. Gu Yi's cultivation method practice was disturbed. Could it be that you think that my Xinhua sect cultivation method have problems to accomplish, accidentally practicing and being unable to distinguish right and wrong, and between black and white? Although the mind wedge is very important, how can someone have the desire for thinking and consider himself to be one of the generations of the Xinhua, but can't even control his own will? Gu Yu would have this problem, because he practiced the desire for thinking cultivation method. From the very beginning, the root of the problem was left behind. The more he practiced, the deeper the mind wedge would enter and be firm in his mind, leaving a Tao mark within his soul. As long as he steps into this place, this king will be attracted to go and take his body. It seems to be the actions of Yi Daoshi's main body before leaving the heavenly cave. It's amazing that he can still be reborn after being dead for many years. Xinhua sect cultivation method is too weird. If it weren't for the delicate situation now, I would really like to see the scene of this old ghost making a fuss after returning to the Xinhua sect. But if that was the case, why didn't Sect Master Yi take Gu Yi's body immediately? Why did he go around in such a big circle and involve more people in it? Are you not afraid that the news would leak out? I only promised Gu Yi that I would fulfill 2 wishes for him before completely taking over his body, to help his son Gu Huaiyu to obtain the opportunity of this 4th grade Tao Harmony room, and taking care of Su Min if I meet him, to eliminate any future problems for Gu Huaiyu. Wish? It turns out that Sect Master Yi is still such a person who is willing to do hospice care? It is completely different from the character Su Min described. If I want to control people's minds with my desire for thinking branch cultivation method, the less doubts and regrets there are in the mind of the controlled person, the better the result will be. It was because Ji Yi's wishes were fulfilled that I was able to receive his memories and body completely. Yes, that's right, then it shouldn't. It's really. You guessed it right, I spent my time explaining it to you, just to clear your confusion. You really have some good judgment. This king decided not to kill you. I'll just melt your soul, and refine it into a puppet. You will fight for me to regain the Xinhua sect. If I've really become a puppet, does the system count me dead? Can this life simulation be terminated? To turn a genius like me into a puppet with no brain, no potential and no future to speak of, doesn't Sect Master Yi think it is too much of a waste? Don't worry, this king will not use such inferior methods as corpse refining to waste such good materials as you. Your confusion has been resolved. As long as your embedded will get broken, this king will be able to plant this mind wedge into the depths of your soul. It will not change your memory or your thinking, nor will it damage your realm or your talent. It will just add a thought to your soul, one firm and unshakable, indelible, and be eternally loyal to this king. If the embedded thought mentioned by patriarchy are all like what Gahuayu was to Gui, then I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. All the people I care about are outside the heavenly cave, and the only one that entered the heavenly cave did just run away. No matter what sect mastery intends to do, I'm afraid there is no way to do it, right? This guy's methods are really awesome. Yuanxing probably doesn't have this ability. The so-called embedded thought does not necessarily have to be a human, like you, a young and vigorous cultivation genius. Most of the support of the mind is the extraordinary means of the whole body. At this moment, you are under the control of this king. In your opinion, this king is probably just using the difference in realm to suppress you. If we compete with the same realm, it will be easy for you to break through this calamity. Since this is the case, this king will suppress his realm at the same level as you, using moves with the same realm as yours to break your moves. You can see that the means you rely on are destroyed one by one. When you have no more moves to make, and when every hope you had turns to dust, your embedded will be destroyed at the first touch. I'm afraid, Sect Master, you don't know me well. I'm an optimistic person by nature, not to mention the way to break me. Even if you ruin my cultivation, I will not be discouraged. How about you change a move? Don't be so clever, kid. People's thoughts will not be affected by your words. However, right now, Yi Daoqi wants to suppress his realm and fight against you, so this is a great opportunity for you and me to escape this disaster. Sumin? The Shinmo method to seize the body needs to rely on the 3 soul heart locks of the practitioner to maintain the body. In the battle just now, Yi Daoqi wanted to use the fire of intent to refine this old man, but I seized the opportunity to use the 10,000 thoughts as a guide to break his man's soul in one blow. At this time, his body is only forcibly maintained by the 2 souls of heaven and earth. And it is at this time when the biggest flaw is exposed. The 3 soul heart locks are all in one place, and cannot be harmed without a soul-destroying move. But if one of them is lost, the soul will be unstable, and external forces can also destroy it. You're in heaven and earth. I'm the only one proving Tao with strength. If you can take advantage of him suppressing his strength to have on strike, we might have a chance of success. As long as one of the locks is broken again, with Yi Daoqi temperament, he will never be bold to return and take risk of scattering his soul just to be entangled with you. Even if he still refuses to stop, you will still have a chance of survival. I see that your mind has moved a little. Is that the remnant of that old fox Sumin's spirit talking about something else? It doesn't matter. Whatever he and you are trying to do, it won't change the final outcome. As long as you are in the palm of my hand, Sumin's life and death are nothing but a thought for this king. Right now, this king have suppressed his realm to the innate second layer, so use any means you have. Maybe one of your moves will surprise me and allow you to injure this body before I raise my realm strength. Surprise you? I'm afraid this will be like the cat asking the mouse for his talent, right? But if you take into account the chance that Sumin mentioned, it's really worth a try. 5 Mara clones, replacement. This person has strange methods, and he has taken over Gui and inherited his memories. Even if I avoid Gui when I return to reality, there is no guarantee that he will not come after me. Desire for touch shield manifestation. I originally thought that this time there would be no drama, and I had to die directly. Now that he is willing to suppress his strength, let me try how many tricks he has. Everlasting dominating fist. Blue dragon 1000 flashes. Let me see if I can find any loopholes that will give me a chance after returning to reality. Is it a clone again? Interesting, your method is not inferior to my Shinma sect inheritance. But illusory bodies by the combination of the 6 desires of my Shinma sect is the top cloning skill within the 9 big demonic sections. How can I not know how to deal with it? Desire for hearing swinging spirit bell. Yi Daoqi's response speed was far faster than Sumin's, and he saw through the key of the 5 clones of Mara switch between the real and fake in just one glance. He didn't even need to test it first. This feels like... Sect Master, you just broke the rules, didn't you? What happened to suppressing your realm at the innate second layer? You were clearly using the true chi of an innate third layer when you hit me. After one move, there is still an echo, not only the desire for touch, but also the tricks of the mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires have been spurred in this person's palm. If the fight goes on like this, he might be able to break all my moves. This king is not stupid. Isn't your current state also an innate third layer? It just broke out for a short time just now. My real realm has always been the innate second layer, and I also asked Sect Master Yi to keep his promise. In this world, there is no shortage of powerful explosive moves that can temporarily match those of higher realms with lower realms, but there is no such thing as a martial art that raises one realm with one layer out of thin air. What's more, the Dao rhyme between each layer of the innate realm is completely different. You are clearly releasing the Dao rhyme of an innate third layer, so don't pretend to be an innate second layer there. I'm truly an innate second layer. Being mischievous, you are a real genius. There is no need to play this type of trick, to disguise high realm Dao rhyme breath with lower realm Dao rhyme breath. This king can do it too, so you don't have to show off. Give it your all. This is... Husband, let's go. My lady? How are you back? Sure enough, it's that trick again. Going but returning again, to help with the disaster. It is rumored that the magical dignified couple are deeply in love with each other, which seems to be true, only. If the true feelings are so deep, why didn't the magical dignified beauty come back immediately? Could it be that the more she fled, the more guilty she felt? The more you run away, the more you feel indebted? If so, is it love or profit between the two of you? Or is it just a calculation in your own mind? This person is one of the 5 beauties in the martial world today, and she is also a direct descendant of the marching sect. I just let her run away, and this king still feels a little regretful. Now, together with Xie Yan, they will be at my disposal after putting the mind wedge. Our affairs as husband and wife do not require the concern of Vice Patriarch Ge. Instead, Xinzi wanted to ask. Vice Patriarch had clearly stated that he was an ally with my husband. Why did he suddenly want to kill him? Or did my husband do or say something that caused Vice Patriarch to misunderstand? This is a look that resents me for treating this lightly. This alluring girl thought it was about that Gehuayu thing. My lady doesn't need to waste time in arguing. The situation can't be explained in just a few words. Now that you and I didn't take advantage of him being off guard and couldn't escape, let the rescuers from outside come in. According to the character of the alluring girl, if she made up her mind to run, how can she come back and ride the muddy water? I think she ran into a reliable fighting force after a short distance, but I don't know which of the sect's elders will be able to take on this tough fight for me. What nonsense are you talking about? The heavenly cave is so big. Where can Xinzi go to get help in this short time? Do you think that when you leave the secret realm of Dao Harmony, you will be in the ancestral hall of the marching sect? No help? Why did this alluring girl wait until now to come back? Looking at my husband's expression, you want to ask the same question as Vice Patriarch Ge? What's so strange about that? The precarious situation in front of you is the trouble that my husband has brought on himself. Why should Xinzi accompany you to clean up the mess? Naturally, I should leave when I can, but the heroic manner in which my husband sacrificed his life to cover a path for retreat, Xinzi also saw with her eyes. After all, husband did not go back on his previous promise. After thinking about it, Xinzi thought that she would not let her husband down this time. This alluring girl is talking about that time. This time, we will go when we get the chance. If we fail, we will fight with all our strength and join hands to retreat from the strong enemy. Husband asked about reinforcement. We husband and wife are of the same mind, and we are each other's reinforcement, so why should we take outsiders' words that incite disharmony? Right, she only thought that the enemy in front of her is still that Ge. If it's just an ordinary innate 4th layer, no matter how powerful, it will not be so difficult for the two of us to join forces to escape. My lady, there is still a little misunderstanding here. It's a good way to say that husband and wife are of the same mind, and are each other's reinforcement. There is a certain determination to stand together in times of trouble. Don't worry, this king will give you a chance, just like Xie Yan. I'll use the same strength of an innate 3rd layer. Don't let me down, magical dignified beauty. Don't worry, Vice Sect Master Ge will not only not be disappointed, I'm afraid that. It's strange that this man is willing to lower his own realm. I don't know if he's just saying that or if he's really going to do that. Secret of Joy Technique, Butterfly Transformation. There will be surprises. After all, since entering the heavenly cave, Xinzi's true strength has never been revealed in front of anyone. The pink scales turn into butterflies, ashes are rekindled, this true chi grow and multiply without end, as if it is infinite. Simultaneously controlling 10 of thousands of transformed true chi, also doing it freely and effortlessly. There is also this swiftly moving of body motion like a ghost. The ordinary innate 3rd layer won't be a match for it. At this age and with this level of cultivation, it is indeed worthy of the title of heavenly pride. Since the argument of love and profit cannot loosen the gap between the heart and the mind, then using the same method used with Xie Yin, and break it with ability. Oh my lord, was this girl so good at fighting? So she was playing me the few times she guarded the gate before? Humph? Qin Xinxi's message? Husband seizes this opportunity. If you can break the seal on the gate and leave first, don't worry about me. If you can't, come to help in the battle. Help Xinxi hold the opponent for a while. Follow these instructions, and you and I will be able to escape from here. This girl spoke all this with such fervor, but it turns out that she's still secretly trying to flee, and here I thought she had failed to escape and was planning to commit herself to a desperate struggle. She really knows the strategy of mixing truth and lies. Yi Daoqi desire for touch branch cultivation method level of strangeness is above Guyi's level. It is really not easy for me to break it. Besides, it doesn't make sense for me to go out alone and leaving her here. However, this alluring girl took the risk and came back for me. Although there were many misunderstandings, the result could not be faked. Doesn't matter. Escaping from here can also give the opportunity to deal with Yi Daoqi, so I won't drag this alluring girl to death. Let's cooperate with her plan first. Why did the magical dignified beauty's offensive attacks suddenly weaken? This king only uses the innate third layer cultivation base to fight against you, and you can't handle it? If that is the case, then your words earlier were somewhat boasting shamelessly. This man was only trying to break my moves as if he was playing around, although he was pretending to fight for his life. And even with all my tricks, I could not hurt him at all. The more we fight, the more the consumption will only increase. It seems that you can only bet on that trick. My lady, your husband is also here. Husband? Didn't he go to break the seal on the exit? Humph, you still say you have a way to get out. If I didn't come back, won't you be trapped in this desperate situation? Husband, don't rush, back off, I have a plan. This is seal formation? Secret of joy technique, butterfly dance soul sealing. Husband, take advantage of it now. This formation will hinder the flow of his true qi. The demonic qi blocking the exit will be unsustainable, and with husband power, you will be able to break it. What are you still doing, my lady? Let's go together. The seal still needs someone to maintain. Husband, go first, don't mind me. You want to leave? Do you think that by trapping this king and blocking my true qi, you can leave this secret area of Tao harmony? Even if I only have this secondary half of my myriad transformations demonic body, it is more than enough to keep the two of you. The power of this desire for touch branch has really weakened, and this alluring girl's sealing formation is really effective. However, relying on ordinary moves will get me entangled by these demonic hands. It seems like I need to use a strike with full strength for it to be effective. It just so happens that I have never used this trick in front of Guyi. It will be difficult for Yi Daoqi to defend against. Everlasting dominating fist. The gray body destroys the wisdom dragon whale appearance. My lady, the passage is open. Let's go. Husband can go first. Xinxi has a way to escape. How can you escape with you being beaten like this? Your husband will come right away. Husband, listen to Xinxi this time and go. The Maching sect cannot lose both of us at the same time. Xinxi has no regrets for having this relationship with her husband in this life. Husband, you have to go back alive. Tell Master and the elders about Guyi, and take precautions early. Is this girl serious? At the slightest hint of trouble, she'd be the first to leave me behind and run away. But now she is going to give up her life for me? But originally my plan is to test Yi Daoqi. If she can't go, why would I go out alone? This is desire for thinking fire? How could the demonic body of the desire for touch branch be directly transformed into this move? Oh no, the body motion of the alluring girl can't keep off this type of move. My lady, the alluring woman, just died like this? Didn't even give me a chance to save her with my finger of nirvana? The fire of thinking contaminate the body, and turn true qi into nothing. If it were not for her body motion to follow the path of true qi transformation shape, she would not have ended up in ashes. It's a pity. This is Maiden Scripture and Secret of Joy Technique. Metamorphosis Technique. Husband doesn't need to be anxious, Xinxi is safe. My lady. Wrong. When did she leave this trick on my body? This girl has been prepared for a long time. As long as I can escape, can't she just come out from my body? Then just now what about parting forever's act? In the end she's still playing me? What the hell, acting at a time like this? If I knew the truth, I would have run away earlier. Now we're out of the game. My lady, tricks are good, And even more, you have good acting skills. Your husband was almost deceived by you. Could it be that the lady secretly has the intention to compete with her husband, and you want your husband to remember your love after sacrificing your life? What is the meaning of my husband's words? This trick of feigning death in place of life was accidentally learned by Shinsi from the secret records of the sect. It is said that no one has ever used it before, and it is also an unexpected joy for Shinsi to be able to survive this time. It's just that this move has a huge backlash, and Shinsi has lost most of her true chi at this time, making it unsustainable for a while, and in the follow-up battle, she must rely on the husband to make more efforts. It's really a great show of friendship and sacrifice. However, as far as I know, the Maching Sect's technique of leaving a cocoon and transforming into a butterfly is not a resurrection from the dead, but an inverted unique skill of true chi transforming into a form, turning the physical body into true chi and sending it to others from the beginning, leaving a split body made of true chi to die in place of the original. There was a time when a disciple of the Maching Sect used this move to escape from this king's hands, making it impossible to defend against it. Although this move of true chi transformation can only reside in the body of the double cultivation partner, but to transform again, she can take the double cultivation partner true chi to supplement herself. There should be no damage in the slightest. The current situation of the magical dignified beauty makes this king a little confused. Husband, on the battlefield, do you want to listen to the words of the enemy and doubt your companions? I remember when that disciple of the Maching Sect used this trick to hide in her lover's body for more than 3 days. After seeing the sorrowful appearance of the lover's loss of his beloved and his heart ashes, only then did she come back to life. When her husband saw his lover after thinking he lost her, he wept with joy on the spot. From then on, he obeyed the woman's words, and it became a good story in the Maching Sect back then. Magical dignified beauty, you appeared so quickly, it seems that you are not too familiar with it, right? However, this move can be learned only by rare disciples among all generations of the Maching Sect. At your age, it is a peerless genius to be able to master it to this level, worthy of being one of the 5 beauties of the martial world. I was wondering why the remaining flowery true chi is gone. It turns out it's this alluring girl doing, and looking at her expression, if I really ran out, could it be that she was also planning to play dead to secretly peek at my sad appearance upon returning to the sect? If it is not that she just began to practice it, I'm just trying to act cool in front of her alone because it is life simulation. Did she actually want to trick me in front of all sect members? Well, let's ignore this. The only thing that can be done is for Shinsi to hold on and fight, so that her husband is not left alone. Instead, why is Gui so familiar with the old affairs of my Maching Sect? Still a tone that seems to be experienced in person? Also with a tone like he experienced that in person? When we fought, I felt that he was much stronger than expected. Husband, what's going on? Didn't I just said that the situation is a bit complicated? The person in front of us is no longer Gui, but the former patriarch of the Shinma Secti Daochi who seized Gui. When it comes to the strength gap with Gui, I am afraid that it is still above the gap between the great elder and the matriarch's sister. What is it, my lady? You don't look as sincere as you did before. Could it be that you feel that your opponent is too strong and regret coming back to save your husband? What are you saying, husband? Shinsi has made this decision. How can she regret it? Miscalculation. If the strength is far above Gui, then I am afraid that it will be difficult to get out of trouble with Xie Yan. I wanted to sell my favor to Xie Yan, but now I have to pay for it myself, and I don't know how much it will cost in the end. But since the enemy is strong and we are weak, let's fight quickly and break through this barrier before its body breaks the seal. Oh, you husband and wife are no longer bickering? I wouldn't mind watching a little longer. Deputy Ge, does Patriarch Yi think that if he delays for a few more moments, he will be able to get out of the trap? If this is the case, I am afraid that Patriarch Yi will be disappointed. Although this move is also inherited from the Maching Sect, it has long been improved by Shinsi, and is far more effective than the old style. If Patriarch Yi had not suppressed his realm from the beginning, there would have been nothing Shinsi could do. But now that the sealing formation has been stabilized, you can still be held back for at least 10 breaths. To deal with a clone with limited true chi, it's not hard. Dragging on? This king doesn't need to drag things on. Mental fire burns the soul, and also burns true chi. Your true chi has been refined once, and regarding this king mental fire, this seal is like a veil of mist that can be burned away in no time. But in the end, as long as the exit is still there, you will do everything possible to get through it. This king has to admit that it is difficult to guarantee that there will be no flaws in suppressing the two of you at the same time in this Tao Harmony secret area, that being the case. Desire for thinking, continuous transformation of one thought. This king will simply uses this trick to eliminate your thoughts. This places. Changing the sky, changing the mountains and rivers. This method is similar to the heavenly phantom plane. The desire for thinking branch is like the rumors in the martial world are, making one proficient in the art of illusion and confusion, but something doesn't feel right about this space. The name of this place is between one thought, a place that intercepts the thoughts of the human heart, and transforms them into endless illusion. No matter how long you stay here, in reality it is only a flash of thoughts of time. The only way to leave this place is to defeat this king. If you are unable to defeat me, you will be trapped here for eternity. Isn't sect mastery being shameless? What about the agreement of suppressing your realm the same as us to compete with methods? But now we're about to run away and you're doing this? It's really unfair. This king has never promised you anything, and breaking the will has nothing to do with what you think is fair. However, when this move was performed, the realm of this king was still surpassed at the innate third layer, thus this between one thought is also limited. At this moment, even if I wanted to, I would not be able to raise my realm to the innate fourth layer here. The key to victory or defeat still lies in one's own methods. Since sect mastery said so, then I can bring all my tricks out. When I was dragged into the abyss of nightmares by the ghost King Lin Feng in the Tongling world, Finger of Nirvana can still send me back to reality. To break your move, it's just a matter of using 2 fingers of this? Humph? How come this alluring girl is still here and hasn't left? This feeling, it feels like the consumed true qi and the dark wounds I suffered have been restored and healed. Is this Xie Yan's Finger of Nirvana? It is really a miraculous method. Although I don't know what did you want to do, but it appeared to be that you most likely did misunderstand this move nature, and choose the wrong method to break it. Su Min? Although it is slightly different from what this old man knows, but this move is most likely the secret method of my Shima sect, desire for thinking refining soul, that is taking advantage of the person divine soul being attracted. A method for isolating heaven and earth. Using the desire for thinking to lead the 5 desires, and transforming the divine soul to a fantasy realm, all affected people's 5 senses will be reshaped with the fantasy realm, and taking Yi Dao Qi words into consideration. This trick can even have the influence of having different time and rules compared to the heavenly cave. But in this way, we have a better chance, turning the divine soul into heaven and earth. The whole space in front of us is a part of Yi Dao Qi's soul. As long as we break this move, his 3 soul heart locks will definitely not be spared either. It turns out that although this trick is an illusion, it is actually the surrounding world that is affected. Not ourselves. Qin Xinzi and I are both here in our true bodies at this time, so it's no wonder the Finger of Nirvana couldn't make us leave from this place. It seems that no matter what we do, there is no other option than confronting Yi Dao Qi. The situation in front of us is the same as when he sealed the exit, and without a way out, Xi's decision will become simple. The signal to move? Xie Yan has confirmed that there is no other way to leave this place? In that case, there is only one thing left to do. Defeat this guy and get out of here. Everlasting style, unrestrained whale wave. Secret of joy technique, enchanting spiritual twins. Do you make a decision and then strike without holding anything back? This level of cooperation and mutual understanding. It makes me look forward to the moment when I can take you both under my wing at the same time. Desire for thinking 1,000 jets of fire. The secret of joy technique is to cultivate emotion and passion desires. The desire for thinking fire is a great threat to me. Just a little bit of it will make my spirit feel like boiling, and almost makes one unable to control himself. If someone get burned by this fire, I am afraid that in a short time even their consciousness will not exist. I can still rely on my body motion to move and dodge. I don't know how Xie Yan is going to cope with it, and what move will he use. Although his body forging cultivation method is strong, it may not be able to take into account the divine soul and mind. Husband? How come all the streams of fire came to my side all of a sudden? Even if it is blasted away with the everlasting dominating fist, it will continue to adhere to me, and it feels more like it have penetrated into my body and disappeared rather than burning my divine soul. No, I have to look inside and figure it out. What the hell? The mental fire that entered my body is all concentrated here. This movement, it seems to be attracted by something. That's the 6 desires golden pill? Not good. The mental fire is constantly consuming Mara's true qi. It seems to be attracted by the fusion of the 5 desire branches true qi in it. I have to switch back to the flowery true qi immediately, otherwise the 6 desires golden pill will be burned out. Wait, The mental fire seems to have diminished? Could it be that the mental fire is not devouring Mara's true chi, but Mara true chi and the mental fire are canceling each other out? It seems that something has been added to the surface of the sixth desire's golden pill. Could this be desire for thinking branch true chi? Unexpectedly, the mental fire invading is correlating well with the sixth desire's golden pill, automatically completing the last piece of the puzzle that I lack? If that's the case, then this is much more valuable than continuing to test Yi Daoqi. The test was only to test all of Yi Daoqi's methods and tricks, so that I could deal with him when I return to reality. But in fact, when I do return to reality, I can kill him using someone else. I may not need to do it myself, but it's just a precaution. I can just let go and let the fire burn my body at will, and risk my life to see the changes in my cultication method. There is no other opportunity like this to have this type of deadly fight apart from being in life simulation. Failure is only one death. When mental fire was burning, most of it was offset by Mara true chi. The injuries on my body were minimal, and I could completely rely on the strong body of the everlasting dominating fist to resist hard. But if it works, this may be the only chance I have to gain a deeper understanding of the desire for thinking branch. I just need to retain the memories related to the operation of the cultivation method, and when I return to reality, whether I rely on the system or the original demon epiphany anointment, I can raise the base of the true art of Mara a few more points from the original foundation. It's a small bet with not much to lose, a high returns, and a big win, so I'll take it. Xia Yan. My lady, take advantage of it now. Very well. I'll leave this side to the alluring girl to drag on for now. I'll take this opportunity to use my inner vision to take a closer look. As expected, I was right. The mental fire that entered my body and Mara true chi cancelled each other out and opened up veins in the sixth desire's golden pill that belong exclusively to the desire for thinking branch. But this is the instinctive guidance of the body. I knew it would be like this, but I don't know why. I have no memory of the way of cultivation. I must at least understand the principle and context of those veins a little bit, so that when I return to reality I can be sure to leave a record of the desire of thinking branch cultivation method in the system. It's just that the amount of mental fire is still not enough at the moment. The consumption is too fast and the filling is too slow, which causes me to leave the state of inner vision from time to time to support the alluring girl and receive the mental fire. But if the transformation process is interrupted, a lot of progress will be wasted. In addition, the sixth desire's golden pill producing these crystals, erratic, without turbulence, they appear and disappear during the process of refinement. These are my thoughts. Controlling these crystals should be part of the desire for thinking branch ability. I don't know how it works, but I can use it instinctively now, just by giving specific instructions for the thought. Even when I am concentrating on my inner vision and have no time to distract myself, I can still manipulate my body to engage in combat on its own. The everlasting dominating fist has given me absolute control over the physical body, and it seems that the desire for thinking branch is to achieve the same effect in the realm of consciousness. It's just that what a single thought can do is too little, and it won't last long. Frequent injection of thoughts will inevitably interrupt the progress of the transformation of Mara's true chi. By the way, I can gather enough thought crystals to keep a few thoughts for a long time to form a coherent and long-lasting thought command. In this way, I can concentrate on transforming the Mara true chi, and at the same time, I can give support to the battle and receive a constant stream of mental fire. The core of the idea is to capture the mental fire, without the judgment of on-the-spot response. I will use the advantages of the everlasting dominating fist to attack instead of defend. As long as Yi Daoqi used the mental fire to attack, in that case I will use that opportunity to go up and give up my body to block the fire. If the injury is too serious, using the finger of nirvana for recovery. However, it needs lifespan after all. It should never be used lightly until reaching the limit. In addition, the battle outside depends on the alluring girl, and her condition is crucial, so it would be good to restore her true chi at every opportunity. Although I'm sure I won't win in the end, it would be best if I could take advantage of Yi Daoqi's play of cat and mouse to get a complete understanding of the desire for thinking branch. Alluring girl, I'm sorry, it's not that I don't want to fight with my life on the line, it's because Yi Daoqi is too strong. We'll be dead no matter how hard we fight. Anyway, it's just a life simulation. It would be better to make use of this opportunity to let your husband master the desire for thinking branch. Humph? Wait a minute, is it possible that these crystallization of thoughts assembling together produced the so-called mind wedge? Xia Yan, what the hell is this guy doing? He's been so distracted since a while ago. As a result, I have to respond to the attack and cover for him, if we continue to fight, I'm afraid that our battle power will become more and more disparate. He's really going to get us killed this time. This state Xie Yan is in, mind with a single thought, spirit filled with determination. Did he rely on his unyielding will to seal his last thought before his soul was incinerated by the mental fire? He doesn't have the inheritance of the desire for thinking branch. So how did he achieve such a feat? You are attacking but not defending, using such a desperate method of fighting like there's no tomorrow. Before you locked your thoughts, did you figure out that this king is not going to kill you? Naive! Tainted body by touch, smells spirit extinguisher. 6 desires transformation style, soul binding by the inner demons. If you were a normal person, the mental fire that have been built up in your body would burn your divine soul out in a matter of moments. But since you have the ability to seal your spirit and lock your mind, this king can wait until the moment when you will get burned, and then infiltrate your will. This will save me the effort of slowly wearing you down. And until then, time to concentrate on this troublesome one. Just now, Xie Yan looked like he had been poisoned, and I didn't know if he could cure himself by relying on the finger of Nirvana. For now, I could only look after myself and see if I could grab a chance to help him out. Let's deal with this difficult demon hand first, and then deal with you. Myriad transformation demonic body? When did he? Oh no, I can't avoid it. Xie Yan? Husband, what are you doing? Desperately fighting to the death, but only to bear all the damage of the mental fire. So that's the case, you think that your will is tough, so you use your body as a shield before the last thought is erased, and on behalf of Qin Xinzi you want to resist all tricks of the desire for thinking branch? Such affection is beyond this king expectations. In this case, this king will fulfill you. First, I will crush the last wisp of your thought into dust, and after infiltrating the mind wedge, I'll go and deal with Qin Xinzi. What the hell is wrong with this Xie Yan? What happened a moment ago is one thing, but now he's not even dodging, and is fighting in such a reckless manner. Is he trying to take his opponent down with him? This kid is crazy, Qin Xinzi. If you don't want to be buried with Xie Yan, then quickly find another way out. He is helpless. This voice is Sumin? Desire for thinking, 1,000 jets of fire. Secret of joy technique, shield shrouded by dancing butterflies. Husband, wake up, stop fooling around. If you keep attacking and not defending, your injuries will accumulate and you'll die soon. Damn it, the desire for thinking fire is greatly restraining me. Just by taking a casual strike, it hurt my body. And now Xie Yan is in this state. What should I do next? It's useless. The practice of a cultivation method had a problem. Only then was he being taken over by Yi Daoqi. This kid must have practiced the same cultivation method, so he was targeted by Yi Daoqi desire for thinking soul refining. Now this kid all thoughts become ashes except for a locked wisp of thought. There is nothing in his consciousness. Even if you are still regarded as a companion, there is no possibility of any response. Instead of wasting time on him, why not find a way to break through the fantasy realm in front of you? Just now I have told you the secret of the 3 soul heart locks. This heaven and earth is equivalent to the manifestation of Yi Daoqi's heart locks, which is his greatest weakness. Yi Daoqi is proud and arrogant. In order to subdue you, deliberately suppressing his realm to the innate 3rd layer in this fantasy realm. But this is our chance. The easiest way is to release the Tao rhyme of the innate 4th layer. No need to use any tricks. You can melt this place into nothingness like snow melting ice. Unfortunately, the old man is just a remnant soul and cannot release Tao rhyme. This place is self-contained, and it is impossible to imprint a Tao rhyme breath from the outside world. No matter how talented you are, even if you are only 1 foot away from the innate 4th layer, you can only go out to advance. In here, your cultivation will be locked at the innate 3rd layer. Anyway, the other way is a more troublesome. This old man has already found the weakest point in this place. As long as you have a hidden trump card that can increase the destructive power in an instant to be comparable to the innate 4th layer power, and you listening to this old man command, with only 1 strike, you can have at least a 50% chance to break this 1 thought blockade. This old man can see that you and Xie Yan, the both of you are very shrewd, and it's impossible not to have any left trump cards. Right now, Xie Yan can still hold back Yi Daoqi. If you want to turn things around with a hidden trick, now is the only chance to do so. Vice Sect Master Su, you have overestimated me. In terms of pure destructive power, I am afraid that my husband is even more stronger than me. Moreover, these kind of realm breakthrough are very costly, and it's hard to adapt to the changes and with not much efficiency. Besides, I don't think Yi Daoshi will give me this opportunity. It would be better for Vice Sect Master Su to think of a way to help me wake up my husband. If husband and I join forces, we might have a chance. Foolishness. If we don't break this fantasy realm, there's no way this kid will come to his senses. And hoping for him to do so is not possible. So don't hope he would, Qin Xinzi. Now he can still hold on to his thoughts for your sake. But when his last defense is breached, he will do whatever Yi Daoshi tells him to do, and then you and I will be doomed. For me? They are all the same type of men. I still don't know what Xie Yan's plan is. He's probably just pretending to be out of control and then risking his life for defending me, and using this as pretext in order to sell me a favor. This guy, he has been fooling around since he entered the heavenly cave. But earlier is different than now. Don't tell me that he can't even judge the severity of the situation? Or is there really something wrong with his divine soul? Husband? Husband, if you can hear Xinzi's words, don't continue. Come back to your senses, let's do it together. Xie Yan Yu? Finger of Nirvana. Finger of Nirvana? Master had said that this move was nearly divine in its effectiveness, and the cost was probably not small, since entering the heavenly cave, regardless of the severity of his injuries, Xie Yan had been reluctant to use it. But why? Why did he use it on me repeatedly? If I were in the same place, Xinzi would not have gone to this length to sell a little favor. So you've really lost all thoughts and can't think about anything? If so, then what is that one wisp of thought that remains in the bottom of your heart? Are you betting on me using your own life and body, thinking that I still have a method to break us out of this situation? Or maybe you didn't think about anything, just purely for me? Bastard, making decisions without a single word, without even thinking about discussing them with anyone? You are doing things your own way, and can't be reasoned with. If there is a way for me to leave alone, you deserve to be left here alone. But if it is no longer possible, in that case I can only follow Xie Yan's way of gambling with his life. The Maching sect must not lose both me and Xie Yan at the same time, and with the resurrection of Yi Daoshi, there is a hidden threat within the Xinhua sect, and someone needs to bring information back to the sect. Xie Yan stayed at this time. No matter how many cards he has, he can't use them, so I can only do it. Su Min's so-called method of attacking the weak point, Yi Daoshi is not a fool, he will definitely focus on guarding that weak point. Even with 3 or 5 strikes I might not be able to have a real hit. But even with those powerful tricks, my vitality will be severely injured after one use. How can I have any energy left for the second one, or even the third? That's the only way to go now. But even though I have been preparing for this for many years, the time I've had to use the Tao Harmony Room this time is so short that the solution I've deduced is not mature at all, and once I would have implemented it, it is very likely that there will be no way back. If only my master were here, she could help me improve it with her understanding. By the way, master, if I am unable to return safely, master will have to face the clan's trouble and the storms of the martial world alone, then who will be there too? Yes, Xie Yan. Mental fire effect of burning the heart is far better than burning the body. But even though your body is already in a state of disrepair, your last thought is still intact. So it seems that there was a misjudgment before. But it does not matter. Wait for this king to search your soul and your thought, and then I will be able to see the scene in the depths of your divine soul. Is Qin Xinzi gathering her true qi? Such a way of circulating qi, the move that she is making is certainly not ordinary. But at this distance, could it be that this move is not aimed at this king or Xie Yan, but the fantasy realm itself? Attacking the fantasy realm itself with a destructive force beyond her original realm. How did she know that this method would work? Yes, according to the character of that old fox Su Min, he would not be willing to be buried with Xie Yan, so he must have changed his place and attached himself to Qin Xinzi to inform her of this place's secret. Ridiculous, since this king dares to perform this method while being in the innate realm 3rd layer. How could I not guard against your life-threatening attacks? From the very beginning, this king had hidden the weak point of the fantasy realm in this body. What Su Min could discover was only the bait given by me. This king will wait for you to use this move, so that when the move you bet on be without any result, the thoughts in your heart will soften, and I'll take the opportunity to make the mind wedge infiltrate, saving me a lot of work and time. What are you doing? Why don't you discuss it with me? Don't waste your cards. Your current position is way too far from the weak spot. Don't you see that Yi Daoshi didn't come to stop you at all? This? How can that be? Magical dignified beauty. You are a genius. You are the most powerful genius I have ever seen. It is good, very good. This time it is very likely that the seal will be broken. Once this place collapses, Idaochi's divine soul will be injured, and he will be unable to pursue for a moment, and escaping the secret realm will be easy. Washing and refining demonic birth of the lunar body. Why is this old man's soul dissolving? The remnant soul of the inner demon, attached to the source of the host's body, and no matter how the host's true chi is stirred up, it will not affect the old man. Is it possible that even the source of the soul will be damaged when this move is used? No, Qin don't. The old man is unwilling to die. This is not a move that destructive power above one's realm. Dao Rime has really turned into the innate fourth layer? How could she break through and improve her realm in between one thought of this king? Not good. The third layer suppressed realm of between one thought is unable to bear this Dao Rime breath. It must be opened immediately. Qin Xinzi couldn't possibly be the same as Xia Yan in lowering her realm and pretending to appear as an innate third layer. But this kind of cultivation method that does not rely on the outside world to raise the Dao Rime out of thin air is also unheard of in the inheritance of the 9 demonic sections. Although it was my underestimation of the enemy that actually caused this breach. But this unprecedented method can open up new possibilities. I thought she was just a piece of rough jade, but unexpectedly, she is already so worthy. I have miscalculated this situation. Unfortunately, such a great talent cannot be used by this king. I succeeded, but in the end, I still lost the bet. Master, it turns out that Xinzi is not as strong as she thought she was. It's done. Although Mara's true chi within the golden pill is exhausted, I have finally understood some of the cultivation principles of the desire for thinking branch. When I return to reality, I can input the incomplete desire for thinking into the system. But my wounds are a lot less severe than expected. In fact, they are nearly healed. Did I happen to use the finger of Nirvana near the end of the fight? But the flowery true chi hasn't been replenished, so it is unlikely to be the finger of Nirvana's effects. Is this the Vixen's flowery tomb? And how come the fantasy realm is like this? Where is Idaochi? Did the alluring girl really win? My dear has finally woken up. Any later, and I am afraid Xinzi wouldn't have been able to sustain. The beautiful woman's voice? This, my lady, how did you become like this? And the fantasy realm before us is still. I know exactly what you want to ask. It's just that we are pressed for time right now, so for now, please cast your doubts aside first and listen patiently to everything I have to say. During the time husband had lost his awareness, I destroyed the one moment of thought, and Idaochi's triple soul lock has collapsed along with it. In order to wait for you to wake up, Xinzi delayed the rate of collapse of this realm with the Dao Rime of the innate fourth layer. Now that it has reached its limit, you will soon return to reality. This time, you absolutely must not fool around. Once you leave this place, escape from the secret realm of the Dao Harmony Room at the first chance. Don't hesitate, don't stay, and don't waste this chance I gave you with great difficulty. Don't worry, my lady, I am not so reckless that I am unaware of the situation. Once the fantasy realm is undone, you and I will rush out together. If you really knew the gravity of this situation, you wouldn't end up in such a mess. However, I have never doubted your self-preservation skills. Once you escape from the Dao Harmony secret realm, the heavenly cave is vast and Idaochi can never hope to capture you. Once you return to the sect after the great gathering of the 9 sects, immediately report to Master about this matter. Since Idaochi cannot dispose of you, he is sure to seize the next opportunity. Now that Su Min is already dead, once Idaochi returns to the Xinhua sect, he will use Ge Huayu's feud as a pretext, and play the role of a grieving father to provoke Yuanxing into directing all their power and invade the Maching sect for retribution. Once the war begins, even if you spread the truth everywhere, it will only be seen as a dirty ruse on the part of the Maching sect. Yuanxing is a martial fanatic, so I doubt that his trust in Gui could be shaken by mere rumors. For now I don't know how to deal with this situation, nor do I have a good plan. But my dear, you must inform my master about all the stakes, although it is not obvious. But Master is actually capable of seeing through the chaos and discerning the best plan to counter, the same way for this situation, and also the same for people's hearts. This is why Master trusts you even though she is perfectly aware that you, my dear, are not the real Xia Yin. The difference in the disposition you displayed back then and now is too great. Do you seriously think I am blind? The slow and dim-witted Xie Yan I had brought to the marching sect certainly cannot be my husband, who is a man of outstanding talent and eloquence. Secondly, it is impossible for you to go out of your way and pretend to be a commoner for over a decade, without the slightest flaw in your background details. If my guess is correct, you must be someone who reincarnated into this body, just like Yi Daoqi. Regarding your origin, I had once discussed many possibilities with Master, but she did not believe any of them. Master has always judged people by their actions and not their thoughts, even to the extent that she reckons you to be a future pillar of the marching sect. However, I couldn't bring myself to do the same. I have always been skeptical of you, wary of you, and I have wholeheartedly sought to regain control over you because I couldn't accept any uncertainties. But ultimately, I still believed my master's judgment. Because she deemed you to be a trustworthy person, I never once tried to find out my husband's origins. Because Master trusts you, Xinzi has taken this gamble. If you ever abandon Master or the sect, my lady, your body? Husband, I want you to promise me, no matter what happens in the future, as long as neither Master nor the sect has betrayed you, you must never betray them, and more importantly, never betray Master. Even if the marching sect becomes a dangerous place, even if you are forced to abandon your principles for personal safety, at the very least, you must protect Master. My lady, your words are really ominous. I am confused by you. Swear I have saved your life even though you've been so impulsive this entire time. Okay, I swear that no matter what happens in the future, I will never abandon the sect, and more importantly, I will never betray Miss Matriarch's trust. In the end, it is not the same as the great inner demon oath, since it cannot bind my husband to anything, but if you can't even promise me this much, then I am paying dearly this time. My dear has already promised to handle the internal and external affairs of the sect. I will also entrust you with the care of Li Fengjiao and Yuru as well. Fengjiao is sentimental, but not weak. Just give her some time, and she will come to accept everything. I request you to take my place and watch over her for a while, so that she will not foolishly rush towards the Xinhua sect out of vengeance. As far as Yuru is concerned, that girl has no talent for martial arts. Even as a child, she has always been by my side. She knows nothing of the perils of the world of martial arts, nor does she possess the means to defend herself. My dear, I request you to accept her into your house as your servant girl. If you do not like her, you may seek a good family for her to marry into. Strange, why is this coquettish girl talking as if she is dictating her last will? My lady, what are you talking about? Could it be that you want to play the self-sacrifice charade again? Once is enough, a second time is rather excessive. I did not want you to look at this state of mine. However, it is rare to see this expression on my dear, so this is rather amusing. Don't say a word, my lady, let me immediately. No need, it is futile. Don't you remember? Although you had lost your awareness, you still maintained the thought of using the finger of Nirvana to heal me, while healing your wounds and using the flowery tomb to stabilize my soul. Xinzi had already received this move. My trump card is the demonic birth of the lunar body, which manifested after combining the Maiden's scripture and the secret of joy technique. During the Tao Harmony anointment, the moon alone shines for eternity, and its significance courses across the past, present, and the future. Using this concept, I can borrow power from my future self in exchange for my lifespan, although, because this move is a rough creation, it is not very useful in actual combat. It is even harder to use it continuously, but using a Tao rhyme higher by one layer was enough to get rid of this fantasy realm, although your finger of Nirvana is a divine technique. It is not a heaven-defying ability that can improve one's lifespan. Originally, I thought that with my talent, even if I could borrow one layer, I may not consume my entire lifespan. Regrettably, this move was not polished, so I couldn't control myself. I can only watch hopelessly as my lifespan is rapidly ebbing away. But now the matter has come to this, it is pointless to regret, so my dear, treat this as my unwavering sacrifice. In the future, no matter how many of your girlfriends are prepared to do this sort of thing for you, I have already snatched their lead. Husband, do you still want my beauty, Qi? I had approached Master and the Inheritance Elder in order to inquire about the Finger of Flowery Swords. I finally understood why I couldn't provide you with my beauty chi. I had approached Master and the Inheritance Elder in order to inquire about the Finger of Flowery Swords. I finally understood why I couldn't provide you with my beauty chi. It turns out that the beauty chi needed to manifest the flowery primordial spirit must come from the purest and most immaculate affections. My love for you was full of schemes and uncertainties. My dear, for a long time, I believed that you and I are of the same kind, always calculating in our hearts and feeling awkward about speaking our true feelings. But ever since entering the heavenly cave, your words and actions made me feel that maybe I was mistaken about you. Perhaps what is in your heart isn't only gains and losses, but also, I have to admit, at one point maybe my heart was actually moved. Moreover, I am about to die, and I don't want to scheme anything anymore. It is too exhausting, too exhausting. My dear, promise me that you will refine my flowery primordial spirit, even if it can't advance in the future, and even if it cannot compare with your other primordial spirits. Husband trump cards are so many, so one inferior primordial spirit probably wouldn't make much of a difference. But I can't help it. I am a selfish woman and this is my final demand. I just want this world to have a proof of my existence. Many years later, when my husband reaches the zenith, at least my primordial spirit will continue to exist and make everyone know about what kind of a person the magical dignified beauty Qin Xinxi really was. Although I will no longer be there to witness it, I still have so much unfinished work to do. Serve my master with filial piety, make the Maching sect the first-ranked demonic sect, achieve the heavenly realm. So much left to do. Alas, there isn't enough time. Husband, was my performance just now very touching? Good, my husband is shedding tears. Looks like I win this game. Husband, run, you must leave. My lady, did you expect me to believe you are dead? Did you think I wouldn't notice if you're hiding within me in your true chi form? I hadn't noticed before because I was distracted and unprepared, but now I know that you possess this ability. With my absolute control over my body, how can I really can't detect it. My lady, your metamorphosis technique is amazing. You should teach me sometime. Let's not waste any more time. I have already replenished my flowery true chi. You can come out now. These sounds. The butterfly wings have returned. This girl really thinks she can sneak up on me. Once more? This is beauty chi? Beautiful girl, is she really? Although I don't know how Qin Xinxi managed to ascend to the innate fourth layer, within the fantasy realm that was isolated from the world, but sure enough, she couldn't pay the price needed for such a heaven-defying move. A marvelous prodigy, an unprecedented move gone. Disappeared just like that. But what's more pitiful is that you missed your chance to escape from this place within the instant my seal was broken, making Qin Xinxi's death a meaningless joke. But she is dead, and your will has been shattered. Now the mental peg has taken root in you, and my purpose is complete. I will spare you a moment of mourning, and wait until all feelings are dispelled. Only the thought of serving me will remain in your mind. This is the mental peg? Why didn't it take root within Xie Yan? Could it be that with all these events, including Qin Xinxi's death, his will has not been affected? But he doesn't have the desire for thinking branch, so how did he intercept it with his true chi? I am so fed up with your constant nagging. Since you are so eager to control me, why don't we just make a big bet? 10 punches, without dodging or evading. If you can take 10 punches from me, I will give up all resistance and surrender my mind at your disposal. Yi Daoqi, this agreement of 10 punches. Do you accept? Without dodging or evading and taking 10 punches from you. Did you become insane because of how much you are sorrowful? What makes you think that this king will agree to your absurd request? With the mental peg in your hand that cannot be planted, using this much time in reality and the fantasy realm to wear us down, yet without any result, unless I'm willing to open up my mind defenses, do you have any other way you can achieve your goal? If you only wanted to kill me, you could have done so at any time, but after taking so much trouble and getting nothing in the end, would you be willing to leave it at that? Or are you saying that the former patriarch of the dignified Shinma sect doesn't even dare to take this insignificant innate second layer fist? No distracting thoughts. Clear mind, interesting. Does this cunning boy really want to make this bet? This is really a poor way to provoke people. In order to avenge Jinshitsi, this is the only method you can think of. Betting everything on these last 10 punches. As long as this king doesn't dodge or evade, you think you have a chance to kill me? Okay. This king will accept this 10 punches contract. Jinshitsi put her life on the line and broke one moment of thought. Now, I would like to see how far and which degree this trump card that makes you bet your mind and divine soul on can achieve. If that's the case, then you have to look carefully to receive my everlasting dominating fist. This is... Am I in midair? Myriad transformation demonic body is disintegrating. This king is injured? How is that possible? An innate second layer move? Just one punch has this kind of power? No. If I don't take this move with full defense, the 3 soul heart lock will be broken. Once again, this king has underestimated the enemy. This guy Xia Yan, he really can't be judged by the ordinary innate second or third layer. But where is Yan Xie? Using this kind of power, could it be that he has already? Above? This move again? And Xia Yan was unharmed? Did this move cost nothing? Should I dodge it? No, it's not hard to dodge this move, but the 10 punches contract has been made. There is no need to add other variables. With this short time, it's enough for this king to retrieve all the myriad transformation demonic body around. The power of a single punch destroys the heavens and the earth, and such destructive power is one of the best among the moves of the innate 4th layer. But with this guy's realm, using a move like this one, which is beyond his level, he can only deal 20% more damage to the enemy than to himself. As I thought, it's indeed the wearing of one's figure to bones and crumbling of one's corporeal body. This is precisely the unique style of the body forging technique, which shatters the way of liberation by decapitation and massacres life and death. So how can he still? Finger of Nirvana. Next, it's time for the 3rd punch. A healing technique of inversion and rebirth, and a fighting technique of self-destructive outbursts. So this is Yan Xie's real trump card. But such extreme methods will not last, the 10 fist contract. I see, this king understands what he wants. It's just that Xia Yan's every blow is on the line of life and death. And if this king were to stop him, a slight mistake could cost him his life. It's been a long time since I've been hurt so badly. Although this move of his is powerful, it is quite restrictive. If it is a normal fight, this king has countless ways to break it, and can even do it unharmed. But now I can only take it hard. Fight back and he'll die. Let this king lose first-class merit. Don't fight back and this king will keep getting beaten. This Xia Yan is truly a good schemer. This 10 punches contract without evading or dodging is really putting this king on the fire. If these 10 punches could be swung in one breath, this king wouldn't dare to continue playing with you without dodging. Unfortunately, the gap between each punch is too long, giving the myriad transformation demonic body enough time to recover. You're doing useless work after all, Xia Yan. 4th punch, 5th punch, 6th punch, 7th punch, 8th punch, 9th punch. 10th punch. The power of this move is enough to shake the divine soul. If it were not for the time needed for regeneration, I am not sure I can hold the last 3 soul heart lock. But this 10th punch, before the fist arrived, the momentum decreased, and it couldn't even repel me. It seems that you have finally exhausted all of your tricks and are no longer able to resist. This is your plan, isn't it? You made a 10-punch pact because you can only throw 10 punches. When exhausting your methods, and exhausting your recovery method, you plan to kill yourself with the last blow, so that this king will get nothing? Childish. All I need to do is to wait until the moment when you yourself run out of strength. Now that myriad transformation demonic body has entered your body and assimilated your flesh and blood, you no longer have the means to recover yourself and break free from its control, let alone use self-destructive moves. There is no external cure, and no power to resist inside. As long as this king does not allow it, you are not allowed to die. Still, you've seen right through me. For the sake of my desperation, can you answer my last question? I want to know, in the end, where did you first possess Gui? Is it in this secret area of Tao Harmony, or when Gui just entered the heavenly cave? Didn't this king make it clear before that it was clearly the latter? Gui has a Tao mark that attracts this king, and as long as he steps into original demon heavenly cave, whether he comes here or not, he will not be able to escape this king's possession. Oh, I didn't expect that you were still worrying about Gui in the end. It's really a father and son love, but what's the use of this? Why are you laughing? I am laughing, because some people think they have everything under control, but they don't realize that they are doomed from the start and will only get a beating for nothing. As promised, my divine soul is now completely defenseless. Planting the mental peg can be done anytime you want, but you'll have to move fast enough to pretend you made it for once before I fade away completely. How is this possible? Your flesh has clearly been repaired, so why is it disintegrating again? Out of the question. I can't lose such first-rank talent like him. Myriad transformation demonic body fills Xie Yan's flesh and blood. Before I threw my last punch, Finger of Nirvana had already depleted my lifespan. Yi Daoqi, no matter how talented you are, can you go against the sky and change my fate and extend my life? I thought I'd risk my life to at least see this guy's soul scattered, but it seems now that I underestimated him. If the beautiful girl saw this scene, she would have scolded me for being presumptuous and foolish again, wouldn't she? But don't you see? You are a ridiculous, wretched fool who has been teased by the younger generation, who can get nothing, and can't do anything. Even if the person who will die is me, it wouldn't change the fact that you were defeated. Not just this time, next time, when we meet again, compared to what you lost now, I will make you have a complete loss. You! Damn it! Damn it, ah! The user's death has been detected, the life simulation has ended, the user consciousness is returning to the checkpoint established in reality. Help me! Like, share, and comment to support channel. Thank you very much! Consciousness return has been successful, system had restarted, life simulation consumption is being settled. This is Marching Sect? The life simulation is over, and I'm back before the great gathering of the 9 sects started? My lady's beauty chi is gone. Not leaving yet, what are you waiting for? Husband, you. Shinsi, do you think we will be able to find each other when we enter the heavenly cave later? If so. Humph? Xie Yan. Why are you making that face? It's nothing, it's just that I feel that my lady is beautiful and attractive today, so I couldn't help but look at her a little more. But the look on your face is clearly. I am grateful for your praise, for it is rare that such words are more pleasant to the ears than the usual sweet words. The great gathering of the 9 sects is not like the usual disputes in the martial arts world, so be careful yourself, my husband, Feng Yang. Let's go first. There is no rush to talk to the beautiful girl first. The more words that are spoken, the more likely that it will change her actions in the heavenly cave. If it deviates from the life simulation, it will only add variables to the follow-up plan. This evolution of life is all about exploring and looking for mistakes. Leaving aside this sudden and unexpected disaster of Yi Daoqi, if there is anything that I gained, it is probably only the 4th grade Tao Harmony Room and the beauty chi of the beautiful woman. Indeed, I never expected to see the true heart of the alluring girl in that type of situation. In the end, it is only a chance of experiencing a chain of cause and effect within the life simulation, but it can't be repeated. For now, let's focus on solving the big trouble in front of me, eh? The system function is finally back. This life simulation is really an origin points drain. Furthermore, it also burns out my previous inventory of more than 10,000. Although this life simulation effect is going against the sky, it's not only not expensive, but probably even cheaper. But how come the origin points return exactly to 0? Is there such a coincidence? I always feel that your bill calculation are not clear. You're playing around with it. Do you dare to pull me a detailed account to check it? However, the desire for the branch cultivation method that have been harvested in the life simulation have been well preserved. Although it is a fragment, it can also be deduced through the system. Unfortunately, there is no origin points at the moment. I can only hope and rely on the Tao Harmony anointment to solve this problem. Skill input successful. Skill name. Mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires. Desire for thought branch. Incomplete. Damn, the system does not leave me a few hundred points. At least let me go to a small world once to harvest origin points. After the origin points were cleared, the supply will not be available in a short period of time. Just like the life emulation, Finger of Nirvana can only be used by lifespan. It's still quite dangerous to deal with Yi Daoqi. In this case, asking the sect for help, no, regardless of the fact that I simply cannot explain how I know so much. Even if Sister Matriarch believes everything I say, the marching sect has no special method to meet in the heavenly cave. What's more, the matter of dealing with Yi Daoqi is ultimately dangerous, and the loss of any of the innate experts will have a huge impact on the sect, in case the siege isn't successful. In turn, it will make the marching sect the first target of Yi Daoqi's revenge. The gains outweigh the losses. But the problem of Yi Daoqi cannot be avoided. I have too many secrets and flaws in front of Yi. Yi Daoqi has no interference from the Mind Wedge. He would still be on my back eventually. Once he succeeded in taking over the body, when he leaves the heavenly cave and recovers his realm, it will only be more dangerous than in the life simulation. I need a lot of cannon fodder against Yi Daoqi, and the kind of cannon fodder that doesn't hurt me and I won't care about when they die. Before the end of the life simulation, I have thought of a way to deal with him. The return of the origin points to 0 does not have a big impact on the plan. After entering the heavenly cave, I should first act according to the plan, at most be more cautious. It was quite interesting to see Xie Yan's face change, except for that final expression, as if he had made up his mind of some sort. I don't know what he has in mind, but I hope everything goes well. Exactly the same as the starting point where I came in the simulation world, which is great. Now I feel more confident. Next, let me make good use of the information I have received in the life simulation and play around in this original demon heavenly cave. Qing'er? My lord, it's a horrible feeling to have your whole body shattered little by little, and the lawfully wedded wife died so tragically. She was so desperate wanting you to live. It's okay, that's all fake. Nothing has happened in reality yet. Qing'er, don't be afraid, just think of it as watching a movie. My lord must not let that bad guy off. If he is allowed to get out of here, it will certainly be unfavorable to my lord. Don't worry, this time the hunter has become the prey, and once I'm ready, it will be your lord's turn to play with that guy in the palm of my hand. Primary teleportation magic. Half an hour later. My lord, didn't you say you were going to play that guy in the palm of your hand? But after being teleported here, why did my lord sit still here? By the way, isn't this the place where my lord met the lawfully wedded wife before? But at this time, the lawfully wedded wife shouldn't be here yet, right? Of course, not just her. The heavenly cave had just opened and everyone are looking for a needle in a haystack to find the entrance to the Dao Harmony room, just like your lord was at that time. As for dealing with Yi Daoqi, what's the hurry? There's still plenty of time, and this time the enemy is in the light and I'm in the dark, so naturally we have to make a good layout. At least now, it is certain that the land of the heavenly cave that I have set foot on in the life simulation also belongs to a place that have been visited, and can be reached in an instant using primary teleportation magic. It's just that the heavenly cave laws are more powerful after all, and the most that teleportation magic can do is to reach outside the entrance to the secret realm of the Dao Harmony, but not directly into it. In this way, is it possible that every secret realm of the Dao Harmony is a small world that cannot be crossed? But it's enough to confirm that teleportation magic can be used to instantly go to the entrance of the Dao Harmony room that I have set foot on in the life simulation. The next step is the most crucial one. In order to defeat Yi Daoqi, the 4th grade Dao Harmony room anointment is very important to make a breakthrough. But to get this opportunity, the key is not whether someone will snatch it later, but before that. Before the opening of the heavenly cave, Yi Daoqi's demonic thoughts had been living on the puppet, and when Di found me, Yi Daoqi had already possessed him, so at this point in time, where is Yi Daoqi's demonic thoughts? If it is still in the secret territory, then I would undoubtedly be a sheep in a tiger's mouth by diving in. But previously, Yi Daoqi had said himself that he had been attracted to the Dao Mark and Gui Divine Soul. After the latter setting foot in the heavenly cave, Yi Daoqi then left the secret realm of Dao Harmony to seize Gui's body. There was no reason for Yi Daoqi to lie about this matter, which was a foregone conclusion. With Ji's share, he will be the first to enter the heavenly cave and will never delay a minute to be cautious. I have waited for half an hour. No matter how you look at it, there is a high probability that Yi Daoqi is not in the secret realm of Dao Harmony. Qing'er, act according to what was just explained. Yes, sir. Good. Looks like the right bet this time. My lord, this puppet is just like the one seen in the life simulation. It doesn't move at all. Even if Qing'er pecks it, it doesn't react at all. I saw it. In that case, the demonic thoughts of Yi Daoqi have left the puppet and gone forward to possess Gui. Now the question is, it's not impossible that Yi Daoqi could control this puppet remotely by some method. It's just that, if he can use this puppet as his eyes and ears, then at this moment that I have been standing here for a long time, the system must more or less provided me with some origin points of surprise, right? No matter what methods he doubts she has, the change in his own emotions cannot be skipped, as long as there is no system prompt. It means that he doubts she does not know that I have stepped into this place, but just to be on the safe side, it's a good idea to take extra precautions. Chinger, you fly straight back to the edge of the cliff from which we came in the simulation world, stand guard there, and use every method you can think of to distract anyone who might approach the cliff, so that they have no time to notice the golden light in the clouds. If the other party decides to come here, you will wake me up through the consciousness link. Chinger got it, and promised to complete the task. Next, it is a must to race against time to seize the original demon epiphany. Very good, at the cost of the 6 desires golden pill being digested at the beginning. My true art of Mara finally broke through the unknown bottleneck and was promoted to level 5. Although the desire for Thought Branch was only a fragment, but under the original demon epiphany anointment, it also got supplemented to a complete one, but it seems to be different compared with the version of desire for Thought Branch mastered by Yi Daoqi. But it doesn't matter, there is nothing perfect in this world. After all, now I have no origin points at all. It is impossible to use the system function to deduce and fuse cultivation methods before the anointment. It is already a fluke that the original demon epiphany can allow me to integrate the desire for Thought Branch into the true art of Mara and altogether hitting the bottleneck and succeed. The anointment this time not only used the desire for Thought Branch to supplement and advance the true art of Mara, but also enhanced the foundation of the true art of Mara, and even the last 3 difficulties of the 8 difficulties demonic technique have been mastered by me in a brand new way. Although the 6 desires gold pill has been completely refined, now that the true art of Mara has already risen to the innate, its true chi has settled to the innate second layer, but from now on, it has gotten rid of the dependence on external objects and has been able to generate and originate on its own. If it weren't for the fact that the anointment was not yet over, I would have liked to go out and try it right away. However, the time left is far from enough to upgrade the true art of Mara to level 6. Anyway, after breaking through the innate bottleneck, I can already use the origin points to upgrade, so there is no need to continue to waste the original demon epiphany. Next, it's time to accelerate the construction of the evil god's primordial spirit. I just don't know whether the primordial spirit will be Miss Yen or Xiao Yao. This appearance is absolutely never expected that after building the evil god's primordial spirit, the flowery true chi directly broke through to the innate 3rd layer. It seems that this technique cannot be judged from an ordinary perspective. The primordial spirit is not the result of the improvement of the realm. Instead, the construction of the primordial spirit serve as background to let the realm get upgraded. Sure enough, after the breakthrough of the 2 cultivation methods, one went up and then the other went down. They just changed their realms. If I didn't actually feel the enhancement of my skills, I would have really thought I was being scammed. Unfortunately, as before, the 2 types of true chi could not be converted into each other. If it wasn't for some mysterious power given by the system to isolate the 2, I would have gone off the rails by now. A moment ago, I used up a few of the original demon epiphany to try making the flowery true chi and Mara true chi harmonize with each other. Unexpectedly, it didn't have any effect at all, so it seems that the system is still better in this regard. The anointment is over. Chinger, come back. Is it over? Chinger watched for a long time, but there was no one outside. I didn't expect the anointment to go so well. Not only did Yi Daoqi not return, but no one noticed the bright light in the clouds. Now that the first anointment is over, and this place is hidden in the clouds and mist, there is no need to worry about it being occupied. The second original demon epiphany will be kept for the beautiful woman. It's just that I don't know where she is now. Nevertheless, the safest thing to do is to wait for her in the secret realm of Dao Harmony when the time comes. My lord, this 4th level Dao Harmony room is so rare, it must be very powerful, right? Have you gotten some new moves? Are they powerful? About that, your lord have just comprehended it, although I have a rough idea about the changes in my abilities. But as for how strong they are, I haven't yet had the chance to try them out. Wait a minute, isn't this a good target to use? Gui had said that although the puppet would not fight back, but it's also have the strength of an innate 4th layer, and even him would have to take some trouble to solve it. Now that my true chi cultivation has doubled, my physical body constitution has also increased a little bit. In theory, the destructive power of the everlasting dominating fist should be somewhat stronger than before. I'll give it a punch and see. Everlasting dominating fist. It didn't even budge? Are you kidding me? Although it is far from my strongest strike, it's still 70% to 80% of my normal strength, and I can't even break this puppet's defense? But thinking about it carefully, apart from the end of the life simulation, the beautiful woman and I also basically did not hurt the physical body of the Yi Daoqi in the slightest. This puppet has no fancy tricks, so it makes sense that the Qi body shield is strong. Finger of flowery sword gives rise to the primordial spirit. Rather, it'd have to be this hard and strong to able to test the effect of my new moves. Very good, not much different from what I expected at the beginning. The evil god primordial spirit comes from the Shangguan sisters, or rather from the evil god themselves, which is occupied by the Shangguan sisters, and their characteristic are exactly assimilation and erosion. She can pass through the true Qi barrier held up by her opponent without hindrance, and then merge with her opponent's true Qi. Once invaded into the true Qi cycle, it automatically begins to assimilate all the true Qi it comes into contact with. As long as I have the intention to, all that true Qi would dissolve away as if it had never existed. In front of the evil god primordial spirit, any body protection true Qi will be useless. Of course, this is for targeting the same realm or lower realm. If the other party's true Qi cultivation base is higher than mine, it will not be so simple. But now this puppet doesn't know how to resist, and it's an easy target for the evil god's primordial spirit. And when she attacks with full force, every punch is equivalent to the innate third-layer version of Withering of the 100 Flowers. Flowery primordial spirit, full assault mode. As long as there is no body true Qi protection, even if the material of the puppet body of the innate fourth layer is indestructible. But it cannot escape the fate of being completely destroyed from inside out by the several streams of sword true Qi from the Withering of 100 Flowers. In terms of sheer destructive power under regular conditions, the Finger of Flowery Swords at the innate third layer is already the strongest among the martial arts I have mastered so far. Everlasting Dominating Fist and True Art of Mara are no match for it. But if I have to talk about destructive power under abnormal conditions, the True Art of Mara at level 5, coordinated with the Everlasting Dominating Fist, is the strongest. If the battle is stretched out a little longer, then I can't even imagine the picture. I dare to kill anyone. It's a pity that this puppet lacks any divine soul or thoughts of its own. Almost all moves in that combination affect the opponent's consciousness. I can't use its body to test the effects. My lord, I'm back. Huh! You have already destroyed the puppet, my lord? My lord, your current appearance is ferocious. This time you can certainly beat that bastard to death. Silly girl, I blew up a guardian puppet that won't fight back, that's all. Moreover, Idochi's mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires is at least at level 6, and on top of that, Guyi's cultivation base is at the innate 4th layer. All my martial arts are at level 5 at best, and my cultivation base is at the innate 2nd 3rd layer. How can I clash with him head-on? Yi Daoqi suffered losses only because he underestimated the enemy. How can I commit the same mistake? I had acted impulsively before, because I was relying on the life simulation. After returning to reality, I have to be extra cautious, and I cannot afford to behave rashly or drop my guard. Rash behavior? Dropping your guard? Isn't that what the lawfully wedded wife commented about you, my lord? Looks like my lord actually took the lawfully wedded wife's remarks to heart. What are you blabbing about? Even without those remarks from that vixen, my usual way of handling matters is to work smart, not work hard. This time, just watch and learn. I'll make you understand what is known as driving the wolves to devour the tiger. Reap the profits without lifting a finger. After 5 or 6 tries with the teleportation spell, I've finally found the right person. Until my lord arrives, Qing'er needs to hide well, so that this bad woman wouldn't find me out. It's over. I was wondering why I felt a familiar streaming Qi nearby, but it was you, little girl. By the way, how do you find me every time? Humph, you didn't do something to me, did you? Don't come over here, don't come over here. Qing'er still need to complete the task given by my lord, and obtain a proper observation of the surroundings for my lord. It's alright, Qing'er, you've done a great job. The synchronized vision information is enough for me to confirm where you are. 2 minutes later. Little ghost girl, how long will you pretend to be deaf and dumb? If you don't tell me how you found me, I will. What do you want? I said you were bullying my Qing'er, and you still felt wrong, but now I've caught you in the act, right? This sound is Brother Huayu? As expected, teleportation magic took effect smoothly. The fact that Qing'er was able to bring back memories from the life simulation shows that our connection is much stronger than expected, and now it seems that not only what Qing'er sees is what I can saw, but even the places she visited are equivalent to the places I have set foot in. Now Mara's true chi can have an unending stream and be transformed into forbidden magic breath. From now on, there is no need to worry about the consumption of this teleportation magic. How did Senior Brother suddenly appear here? I didn't even notice anything. Did you use Mantra of Formlessness to copy a new technique? Could it be that this little ghost girl is playing the outpost on behalf of my Senior Brother? What's wrong with that? Isn't your 5 elements escape just the same and have the ability to appear and disappear unpredictably? In addition, everyone can have a unique technique of concealing breath still. That's my Chinger, who has a name and a surname. Don't always call her little ghost girl. Aren't you going to let her out yet? Senior Brother misunderstood. I also like this girl Chinger. That's why I want to get close to her every time. For the secret cultivation method, if Senior Brother is cautious and unwilling to speak, then I won't ask you either about it nor about how you found this place. It's just that instead of looking for opportunities in the heavenly cave, Senior Brother took the time to come looking for me. Senior Brother, are you trying to get me to do something bad with you again? We're fellow conspirators who engage in some perfectly innocent intrigue, so why did you make it sound like something indecent is going on between us? Besides, can't you come up with something a bit nicer? Do you see me as a man that only comes to you when he wishes to concoct some nefarious scheme that should never be exposed? Do you still think I don't know what kind of character you have? If it wasn't something profitable and difficult to work for it alone, you wouldn't have taken the time to come to me. Do you want to say that you pity me for my hard work in finding a Tao Harmony room, so you have come to give me a share of that chance? The hidden meaning in your words implement that I am preventing you from finding a Tao Harmony room? Well, then I won't waste any more time. I need you to help me make a connection and bring a message to your Vice Taoist Master, Shi Taipu. This is not a difficult task for you, is it? Martial Uncle Shi? It is not difficult to contact fellow disciples with Chongling's secret technique, but Senior Brother should never have dealt with this old man, right? What kind of urgent news are there that you need to bring to him in the heavenly cave? It's not much. You just have to tell him. There's someone who wants to arrange to kill Gui in this original demon heavenly cave. If Chongling Dao still harbors a grudge over Zhao Shi's death, he would like to invite Vice Taoist Master Shi to join him and help Chongling Dao to kill this man to take revenge and wipe out a grudge. Brother Ge, this joke is not funny. Didn't we say we wouldn't waste any more time? You can tell at a glance if I'm joking or not. Even when you are aware of this, you are still trying to talk like that. Now, after all this, who exactly is wasting time? Since Senior Brother behaves like this, then this little girl will not beat around the bush and speak directly. Does Senior Brother thinks that no one of my Chongling Dao can see through this obvious strategy of driving the tiger to devour the wolf? And yet how can Martial Uncle Shi be easily used by others? That's why I came to find you. The words of an outsider are just words of mischief, but the words of a family member, even if they are unpleasant to the ears, are still words of advice that will clear up the pros and cons. As long as you give your consent, I am sure there is always a way to persuade the Vice Taoist Master of your faction. Senior Brother, this is a bit demanding. Although you and I are close brother and sister, this little girl is also a disciple of Chongling Dao. How can there be any logic for someone to instigate his own martial uncle to go into a game knowing that he is being used by others? Stop pretending. If Gui were to die, from all people of Chongling Dao, Yan Ryu would benefit the most. You should be eager to facilitate this. Senior Brother's words are inexplicable. This little girl is unable to make any sense of the matter. Am I wrong? From the moment you killed Zhao Shi and framed Ge Huayu, the best situation for you would be for both Chongling Dao and the Xinhua sect to conclude the matter. Only when Chongling Dao kills the shield you threw up and gets things done, can you completely remove yourself from this matter. Otherwise, once both sides calm down and confront each other, there will always be a time when suspicion will fall on you, the only witness. Before, you kept saying that you wanted to clear up the misunderstanding for me to your Taoist master. But it was just a show for fear of being hated by me. Even if I didn't take the initiative to take the blame at the time, you would have just gone along with it, and then pretend that you have tried your best. But you are powerless to change the sect's decision. Senior Brother is worthy of being called a Senior Brother. The little bit of careful thinking of this little girl is completely clear in front of Senior Brother eyes, and I can't hide it at all. However, it is only for self-protection, and I beg Senior Brother not to blame me. Anyway, your intentions do not conflict with my plans, so I did not expose them at the time, and I don't need to blame you now, but now that our interests are aligned again, Junior sister must participate in this round, right? Unfortunately, although this little girl would like to see this happen, it is not possible. Why? Senior Brother isn't aware. Martial Uncle Shirtaipu has a cautious personality and is a well-known rationalist in the sect. This trip to the heavenly cave is only to seek the anointment of the Tao harmony to make him break through, and he will never waste time participating in a siege situation that is uncertain. Rationalist? Meaning chasing Guyi in the heavenly cave for 4 or 5 hours? This woman is full of nonsense. If I hadn't already known Shirtaipu's deeds in life simulation, I would have been deceived by you. But Yanryu's decision is not difficult to understand. Although killing Guyi is beneficial to her, from her standpoint, there is no need to facilitate this matter within the heavenly cave. Once in the game, she might be ordered by Shirtaipu to join the war together. Looking for one's own safety before anything else is one thing, but the most important point Yanryu is worried about is missing the chance of the Tao harmony anointment. When all is said, the fact remains that in the end no one will escape when there are benefits. The matter of Yi Daochi is of great importance, and mistakes cannot be made in key links and crucial parts. Anyway, I have plenty of information about the Tao harmony rooms, so instead of giving it to another sect's disciples, it would be better to trade it for a deal. It's just because things are difficult that your help is needed. Good, as long as you make this happen, I'll share the 3rd grade Tao harmony room I found with you. I've already resolved the guardian puppet for you, and I can even help protect you for a while. In this way, no matter how much time you spend talking and stirring Shirtaipu, you will not be at a disadvantage. Is this true, senior brother? Naturally true. When you cooperated with you, senior brother, did you ever get treated unfairly? Even if there was some obstruction in the past, it is still a matter of the past, and when there are benefits in the future, you will not be left out. These words have a hidden meaning, in addition to the fact that as soon as he started talking earlier, he want to encircle and kill Guyi. Is this person saying that even if I see through his cover that he is not Ge Huayu, it will not prevent us from continuing to cooperate? If what he said is true, he is indeed much more generous than Ge Huayu. The conversation up to now, Yanryu is not even asking Ge Huayu about the motive of killing Guyi. Not even trying to pretend. Is it a tacit statement? She doesn't need to pretend, just want to cooperate. So, it is exactly what I want. Then I would like to thank senior brother in advance. It's just that the Tao harmony room is so important, it would be bad if others were to discover it. My good senior brother, junior sister also knows a little bit about formations. Why don't we go to the Tao harmony room first, and do some work around it, so that we can be more secure? Come on, put away your petty thoughts. We still have to work together after the great gathering of the 9 sects in the matter of Shilan country. How can I possibly fool you at this time? Time is critical in this game. So help me take care of Shirtaipu first, and I will take you to the Tao harmony chamber afterwards. Then how should this little girl explain the reason to Martial Uncle Shir? If I tell him Ge Huayu's name, Martial Uncle will think it's a trap. Is it possible that you want to say that it is Xie Yan of the Maching sect that is involved? Is it that complicated? You just need to tell Shirtaipu. The person who invited your Chongling Dao to besiege and kill Guyi is exactly Sumin? Chongling Dao's deputy Daoist master, Shirtaipu. You said that Sumin found you inside the heavenly cave, and asked you to act as a middleman to join hands with my Chongling Dao, to kill Guyi together? Yes. When I went to the Xinhua sect to investigate the death of senior brother Zhao, I met with Sumin at the literary meeting in Hengwang Pavilion. When I was passing through Yuzhou, he secretly met with me and talked about Ge Huayu's killing of senior brother Zhao. Sumin said that Guyi had taught his son poorly and acted in an overbearing and domineering manner and consider everyone else beneath him. And that there were many people in the sect who do not accept him, but they did not dare to speak out due to Guyi's power. The great gathering of the 9 sects is the best opportunity to separate him from his faction and kill him in one fell swoop. This little girl thought that Vice Patriarch Su was just being verbally aggressive. Unexpectedly, he left his demonic breath on my body at that time, and after entering the heavenly cave, he followed my traces and proposed this matter again after finding me. I did not dare to make my own decision, so I have come to ask Martial Uncle for advice. Many people who do not accept him? Humph, I'm afraid that it is only Sumin's own influence that is suffering, right? Sumin and Guyi have been at odds for a long time, and this is indeed something that has been spread throughout the demonic sects. If Sumin wants to take this opportunity to kill Guyi, it is not entirely impossible. It's just, the timing is not right. From the opening of the heavenly cave until now, it's only been over an hour, and unless he is as lucky as I am, that's not enough time for Sumin to find the Tao Harmony Chamber and complete the initiation and contact Yanryu along with it. Could it be that Sumin's grudge against Guyi has become so great that he can't even care about the opportunity of the great gathering of the 9 sects? It's not impossible. but something doesn't feel right. Ryu, do you think this is credible? I'm not experienced enough. I don't know if my judgment is accurate. I'd better listen to my martial uncle. This old man is not testing you, just give your honest opinion. Sure enough, martial uncle Sure is still suspicious, although on the surface he always acts reckless and wild. He is one of the best in the sect when it comes to the depth of scheming and shrewdness. If senior brother want to set up this game, he should get around this hurdle after all. Right now my words are still flawless. After all, it is impossible for martial uncle to really go and confront Su Min. But what should I say next? If this leads to suspicion, will the sect reevaluate the death of Zhao Shi? This little girl thinks, this is not credible. Not credible? What's your reason? This is a matter of great importance. Logically, in this situation, Su Min should come along with this little girl to meet with martial uncle, even if establishing the great inner demon oath is not too much. But now he said that in order to lure Guyi, he needs to gather his henchmen, so he had no time to spare to come here. But letting this little girl to pass information between the two parties, even setting a place and asked for us to immediately leave to prepare for an imbus in such haste, it seems that he intends to leave us no time to think about it. Su Min and Guyi have been at odds for many years. If he want to successfully lure the enemy, it is not surprising that the arrangement will take time. But what you're worried about is that the two of them are pretending to be at odds. And now that they've come up with this plan, the real target is our Chongling Dao. This little girl is also aware, because of the Xinhua sect without end internal struggle for many years, this worry is absurd. But my heart still feels restless. What's more, with Guyi's strength, even if Su Min is sincere in his arrangement, how easy is it to kill him? Unless Guyi can be lured into a dead end where he has nowhere to escape and blocked by an array, then it will be foolproof. In this great gathering of the 9 sects, the heavens have favored my Chongling Dao. And through the secret method of contact and separate exploration, many disciples have already accomplished their anointment, and the secret realms of Dao harmony they have found are rich in yin qi and suitable for my Chongling Dao to arrange a battle array for an ambush. If arranging a battle array for an ambush could be done in those places, once the enemy enter, he will be trapped and killed, and can be blocked and can't escape. Even if the Xinhua sect intends to backstab us, by relying on the sect's secret method, this old man can get out at any time. As expected, all kind of risks that are in this game, even if others don't say anything about it, martial uncle himself is aware of them. If I were to advocate to join this plot, some concern and worry would be born in his ear, so much that even doubting me. But on the other hand, as long as I try my best to advise against this matter, because of martial uncle paranoid and suspicious nature, he will go against my reasoning and try to think of a possible solution. What's more, the person who killed senior brother Zhao is Ge Huaiyu. Why should we abandon the easy and seek the difficult, and set for such a strong enemy? In my opinion, it is better not to get involved in this game. But no matter how much I say, the final decision will still be made by martial uncle himself. Why is that guy Ge Huaiyu to the end is certain that regardless of everything, martial uncle sure will participate in the siege to kill Guyi? You are wrong. When Zhao Shi's death spread all over the world, and when you brought back the conclusion that Ge Huaiyu was the murderer, my Chongling Dao and Guyi are destined to fight until one of us die. Martial uncle words are not understandable. To take revenge, shouldn't we hunt down Ge Huaiyu? Even if we coerce Guyi, it is only to find out the whereabouts of his son, right? What if you found him? Give him a slap to death? After the tiger lost his son, judging by Guyi's past, he will not leave the matter at that. If Chongling Dao wanted revenge, from the start Guyi can't be avoided, and only with his death everything can be solved once and for all. In each and every cause my Chongling Dao behavior is extreme, and seek revenge for the smallest grievance, and so everyone call us mad dogs. But is this because Chongling Dao disciples are inherently crazier and more belligerent than others? The reason for this, most of your generation don't understand why. You only see the fierce reputation of Chongling Dao that makes people fear and avoid us, and many people even act arrogantly, bossy, and domineeringly because of it, but they have never thought about why my Chongling Dao is in the state it is in today. Although the great Han 9 demonic sects come from the same origin, however they each inherited different cultivation methods from the original demon sect, and the paths they follow are also different. Wen Dao, Qinming, Supreme Tantra, all follow the great Tao of introspection without relying on external objects. In everyone's eyes, what is called demonic sect is no more than a name. Xinhua sect, Maching sect, Blissful Temple, all follow the great Tao of 7 emotions and 6 desires, experiencing worldly affairs. but never retire from society, except for their lack of moral code. They are no different from righteous sections as for Bai Lian Xiaolu and Xiliang cult, although their techniques are bizarre, their underhandedness masks their sheer cruelty. Whether they harm or help anyone is left to the whim of each practitioner. Their sects have forged numerous ties with the imperial court over the ages, which have secretly granted them many favors. Among the 9 sects, the great Tao of Mai Chonling Tao is truly unacceptable in the world, to restrain and refine the soul, draining the bones to raise the spirit, slaughtering blood sacrifices, and expel the living. Cultivating thousands of mortal souls, nurturing Mai Dao until achieving the true spirit. Every Chonling Dao disciple seeks this path, destined to have an innumerable debt of blood and a lot of dead people, as light as the death of a village and a county, and heavy as the bloody massacre of a city and a country. In the eyes of the righteous, we are nefarious demons with crooked path, to catch us and be punished by everyone. In the eyes of demonic sects, we are also different type of people that walk a shady and crafty path, which is hostile and disgusting. In order to survive, Chonling Dao can only rely on itself, on the fellow members of the sect whose lives and souls are tied with the same path, on the madness of doing whatever it takes in battle, and on the ruthlessness of retaliating against the enemy. If anyone dares to harm a disciple of Chonling Dao, if he injures one of us, we will kill that person. If he kills one, we will slaughter his clan. This is Chonling Dao rule that has been imprinted on the hearts of the world by the blood of generations over the last 100 years. Only when they are afraid, will no one dare to wave the banner of wiping out demons to defend the path and oppose my Chonling Dao and raise a group to attack. Only then can the incident of Tai Xian's sect during that time not be repeated today. Zhao Shi's death is certainly deplorable, but neither the Taoist master nor this old man is afraid that his revenge will not be avenged. What we are afraid of is that someone openly provokes my Chonling Dao rule, and the fear of the blood of the dead spattered on the ground be trampled on. And fear that the people around the world think that my Chonling Dao is weak. So what does martial uncle mean is? This time, Chonling Dao must participate, but it must also be done in our own way. Go and summon all the disciples in the heavenly cave using the ghost domain voice transmission. Su Min wants to kill Gui, then this old man will pour out the power of Chonling Dao to help him. As long as he lures Gui in, whether he is sincere in his layout or plotting against my Chonling Dao. This time, this old man will make sure that the enemies of Chonling Dao will never leave this original demon heavenly cave. Using the ghosts of the 2 martial uncles as a guide, gathering the power of Chonling disciples to refine the Yinchi secret realm, gathering souls for a battle array and detaining the world. This is the secret technique of the sect. The tomb locks thousands souls great formation. Ruyu. The great formation will be completed, and you will not need to assist in the latter part of the matter. Go and contact Su Min and give him the Red Road Guide, so that he knows where this place is. I'll wait for him to bring Gui to this secret realm of Tao harmony. But suddenly changing the ambush location, if by any chance Su Min doesn't agree, or even walking with Gui, and I can't contact him? With your Taoist skills, this old man believe it will not be difficult to contact Su Min. It's just changing the ambush location. This old man believes that with Su Min's rigorous schemes and deep foresight, he can handle it. If he objects, then it can only show that he is having ulterior motives. Will fellow disciples participate in this formation ambush? Should this matter be concealed from Su Min? No need to. The most important thing is not to deceive each other in a siege, so just tell the truth. After the formation is over, this old man will order the other disciples to leave. Their realm is insufficient. Instead, by participating in this battle, they will become a burden. They might as well go and help their fellow disciples to search for Tao harmony chances. As you said, if Su Min's plan goes well, he should be able to find the elders of the Xinhua sect who support him. This battle strength is enough, even if Su Min was the only one who came, and with the support of my Chonling formation, it will only take a little more time to kill a single Gui. However, if the situation changes, other disciples do not have the ability to escape from the secret realm of Tao harmony. Instead, there is risk of them losing their lives. Nevertheless, it is better for only this old man and junior brother Wei, 2 of us, to stay. That will suffice. As for the Black Road Guide, it is for you. It points to another second-grade Tao harmony room, which your senior brother Song has just used not long ago. Although you are only mediating between the 2 parties for contact, in the end it will delay your time for your chance search. This old man is in charge, and this Tao harmony room can be regarded as compensation for you. Ruyu thanks martial uncle. This little girl will go and get in touch with Su Min to arrange the layout. What about compensation? It's just a second-grade Dao Harmony room, nothing more. Compared with Gehuayu, the benefits offered by the sect really pale in comparison. However, Martial Uncle is willing to take the risk and enter this game, even at the expense of so much fanfare. The reason behind it is so simple that it makes people laugh. No matter how you put it, the so-called rule are no more than a barbarian and tyrant way of slaughter and deterrence. It's really a shame that Martial Uncle can say this without hesitation. It's just that this is the first time I've heard of it. How on earth could Gehuayu, as an outsider, make such an accurate judgment? Seeking and climbing threads and deducing people's hearts. Just relying on the past deeds of my Chonling Dao, being able to grasp the thoughts of Martial Uncle? This person's mind is deep. It seems that it is far beyond my expectations. In dealing with him in the future, I must be more cautious. Senior brother, the great formation will be ready in about 8 minutes. Just as instructed, the power of the formation is now dominated by the soul lock, and even an innate 5th layer master cannot easily leave this formation. But in this way, the soul grinding effect of the cultivation method to kill the enemy has dropped sharply. I am afraid that it will not be of much use in the battle. Chonling Dao, innate 3rd layer, Weiqi. Senior brother arranged in this way. Still, are you convinced that Su Min will not change his sides just before the battle? A defensive heart should always be there. But even if Yuan Xing really wanted to conspire against my Chonling Dao, with Su Min being that cunning, how could he honestly and sincerely cooperate with Gui? The only thing that is worth worrying about is Gui's trump card. Therefore, this formation must be mainly a blockade. As long as Gui can't escape, no matter what his abilities are, this old man can slowly wear him down till he has nothing left. After a while, my lord, Qing'er brought her here, and we were very careful along the way, not letting others notice the location of this secret realm of Dao Harmony. The style of this puppet. Is this place really the 3rd grade Dao Harmony room? This is indeed an innate 3rd layer puppet. In the end, how did Gehuayu get rid of it without the slight injury? How strong is he now? It's been 2 hours. I hope you've done everything before you come back. Causing trouble to senior brother by making him wait for a long time, this little girl also rushed back to report as soon as there was a result. I just hope that the result will not disappoint this senior brother. This is my Chonling Dao pulling soul road guide technique. It can use Yin Qi as a guide to imprint the location information in one's mind and pass it on to others. As long as senior brother injects true Qi into it, he will be able to see the place geographical location and internal condition. Martial Uncle insisted on changing the location of the ambush, and this little girl really had no way to convince him, so I had no other choice but to follow Martial Uncle wish. Now my Chonling Dao gathers the strength of more than a half of the disciples in the heavenly cave to set up a formation. As long as Gui steps into that place, Martial Uncle will immediately block the secret realm of Dao Harmony, so that he can only enter but not leave. Martial Uncle explained that he would not wait around there foolishly. At most, he would wait for 4 hours. If Gui still did not come after 4 hours, then the siege plan will be abandoned, and Chonling Dao would find another opportunity to deal with Gui. I just don't know if this change of the ambush location, will it affect my senior brother's plan? What the hell, such a big deal. I thought a few people from Chonling Dao at most would ambush. The location of this secret realm of Dao Harmony is exactly within the range of Gui's movements that I predicted. It is not difficult to lure Gui to this place, and the presence of this great formation is an unexpected blessing. As for the time, no problem, 4 hours is more than enough. Speaking of which, senior brother truly have an incredible foresight. This little girl restrained herself as senior brother said, and stated the pros and cons, without deliberate inciting words. Then Martial Uncle without hesitation wanted to surround and kill Gui. In this way, regardless of whether this matter is successful or not, this little girl will not be blamed by Martial Uncle sure. This is all thanks to the thoughtful senior brother. This little girl is very grateful. Save the flattery, hurry up and enter the Dao Harmony room for the anointment. If it is delayed for a long time, it will be troublesome if there are people nearby. Yeah, right. If you are truly grateful, how come you didn't give me any origin points of positive emotions? This woman, always without overlooking any gap or window to put on an act, saying that she is grateful to me for being thoughtful. If I didn't make such a proposal, would you still risk being suspected and instigate your Taipu to do it? There is nothing to be afraid of, with senior brother standing guard for this little girl. How can there be any twists and turns in this anointment? But with such an opportunity, could it be that senior brother doesn't intend to use it first? It's okay for this little girl to go in after my senior brother. Your senior brother had a deep fortune and already had the anointment elsewhere. You can take advantage of this opportunity for yourself, but I will only be here for half a stick of incense, and I will leave as soon as the strong light outside is extinguished, so you had better make your own arrangements. Half a stick of incense? Does senior brother have the heart to do so? Letting your good younger sister to have the anointment all alone, without anyone who can take care of her? Isn't it enough to look after this place for half a stick of incense? If there is no strong light to use as a guide, you also understand thoroughly how difficult to find the entrance to the secret realm of Tao Harmony. As long as your luck is not extremely bad, how could it be possible for someone to come to you? What's more, don't think I don't know what scheme you're up to. I'm just too lazy to expose it. Next, I have to try to lure Guy into the trap. Time is precious and I can't spend too long here. Then for this full half a stick of incense, senior brother must by all means stand guard for this little girl. Don't worry, when have I ever lied to you about what I promise you? My lord is awesome. In just a few words, you can see through a few thoughts of this bad woman. But then again, what dirty trick did she have? How should I know? Either she want to follow and keep a close watch over me after the anointment to ensure that the killing siege will not go wrong, or she planned to continue to please me for more favors. Something like that. Even if it doesn't, it's not far off. My lord is not sure but still say so confidently? Although I am not sure of her purpose, but I am sure that in Yenryu's heart, I have become a person with deep scheming and hard to fathom. After leaving the heavenly cave, she may slowly figure out that something is wrong, but at least for now, if I say a few words casually, Yenryu will believe it, and will not dare to have any extra thoughts. So the reason why my lord let Qing'er accompany her and inquire about what Shirtaipu said, is because you don't want to ask in person and break the illusion of this hard-to-predict image? How can it be for this much troublesome thoughts? It's just to save time. With Yenryu's temperament, even if I didn't pretend to be mysterious, she wouldn't dare to do anything out of the ordinary in front of me. Then we just have to wait for the strong light to disappear and force back the opponents who come to this place.